gay, you can be gay. Like,
why are you looking at me when you're saying that? You're not. Listen, ain't no coming on this episode.
sure?
I'm straight.
I'm saying like this is a safe place.
Here's a cool part. It's nice in here, man. I like it. I want to say, like, you know, your house is very
I just
nicely
want you to
decorated,
feel comfortable.
man.
If you want to come out
Cool
on the
here.
pod, you could do that here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that that's what you're gonna do, but I'm just like,
Has
you know
it,
what I mean?
Has,
Like,
it, has
I
it
ain't got-
happened before? Has someone come out on out of focus?
They've hinted.
Who's hinted? Who's hinted that they were gay on Out of Focus?
We're not gonna say names. We're just gonna say it's their first time on the pod at this new location, and
Somebody who came at the new location. That's interesting. Okay.
He's wearing green.
No, that's crazy.
But shit, man, let's just get into this episode. Welcome to Out of Focus, episode 71.
Damn.
And we're here with my top op, bro. How you doing?
I know Kelvin has to sit in the middle and be mediator today, man. You nervous?
Shit, I was
I didn't
gonna
know
call
it
Big
was-
Deal to sit in for this one, but you know, I don't.
Big
know if he
Deal?
was
Nah,
available.
you don't want Big Deal in this room, man. Big Deal's taking my side 100%. He gonna fuck you up.
I thought he was gonna just, you know, what's it like? Ref it, you know.
Nah, Big Deal wants to be my manager, man. Shout out Big Deal.
So he's gonna. Oh, so he okay.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's probably best that he's staying.
I didn't know you had business to be managed like that either.
You didn't know that? Oh yeah, I do.
That's
I do a
hard,
lot,
that's
man.
Honestly, he's big time now.
I'm trying to be. I don't think I'm big time. I think I'm gonna keep working hard and get there.
Because really
eventually.
though, like, all right, just even speaking of that boxing shit, that was all jokes. or
Yeah, that
whatever.
was 100%.
We weren't really
yeah.
serious. He was just trying to get on the pod, hella bad. So you know, I just remember how T-Rail was telling us how you have to haze like the co-host or someone you want to get on to see how they'll react. Like last pod, we had him on. So you know, we were just taking notes from your boss.
Or were you doing a rollout?
Or we can call it a rollout too.
Because y'all are pretty good at these rollout things, man. I seen how you guys title episodes and shit like that. You guys are getting real good at this analytic shit, man. Y'all pay attention.
Do we title the videos crazy?
Yeah, you're a little clickbaity, just a little bit.
Which one?
We found the mole. The mole. I like that one, man.
I think it was addressing the mole allegations.
Yeah.
Do you really feel like you fully addressed the mole allegations?
Yeah, and to be
we
honest,
addressed them like you were saying, like it wasn't necessarily something like there was a mole to find or whatever, but you know what I mean. He
But
titled it appropriately.
If there was a mole, it was y'all.
no, I think that whole mold thing was just something to say to stir up the pod
Yeah, I
and
think
just
it
to
was-
create some content, like to be real.
I think it was honestly like a witch hunt, like one of those things where it's like there isn't a mole, but it's something where it's like, all right, you know, it's something to run with.
Yeah, like it wasn't serious at all. I've learned with this content game, you know, sometimes I like the old me would be upset at that. Where it's just like, nah, we're not snitching, we're not doing any of that. But then the new like content creator side of me is just like, good look. Thank you for that, because now I got a title and something to talk about this week.
So you took it as a lie rather than just like, you know, addressing allegations, being like, you know what, man, it's not us. Forget them.
well,
them
we
fools
did
over there.
address it, and we did say all that.
But I'm saying, like, as far as like when it hit that there's a mole and there's some shit going around, y'all were like, we're gonna hold it for a second. What was your initial thought when you heard about the mole shit?
Was it a second? I feel like it was like maybe the next week, because our
Yeah,
filming.
that's a while.
Our filming schedule though, we were filming probably once a week. I mean, at first I was just like, all right, I know it ain't me. I know it ain't Kelvin.
How'd you know it was in Kelvin?
Cause man,
See,
because Kelvin got fired. Why would he have any loyalty and be the mole?
a lot of niggas who got fired got a little bit of loyalty.
Like who? I didn't get fired.
Your boy is back over there, ain't he?
Yeah, so that's
That's
why
some
Kelvin wouldn't be it. That's why I was
That's-
like, all right,
I mean,
all fingers are pointing to this certain person, but
Niggas get fired, man. Niggas sometimes are still, you know, go back to where they was at.
I mean, but what's wrong with that though?
I mean, I wasn't there. Me personally, I wasn't there. I didn't work for that nigga or none of that shit. So I mean, shit.
And-
I don't care either way.
And really, it's like, what is there to really like leak? I feel like all this stuff is so public information. People talk about shit on the stream. We're constantly streaming, like talking about our lives openly. And then sometimes I feel like people just forget about all the little details that you have released. You know? Yeah, because it just comes with the territory.
I think it's not like what is there to leak. It's just like, even like whether you did know something or whether you didn't, like just why talk to one person about another person? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you knew that there was something going on, like why speak either way?
I think that can be applied to like a lot of things, not even that situation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I feel like people are like that. where it's just
Yeah.
like, you know, name droppy, or they'll like,
Just trying to create conversation, not really realizing what it is that they're talking about, or trying to.
or
like,
you ever met the type of person who will like use the information they maybe overheard and use it as like a way to get in with a certain group?
Yeah, it's like, that's where it's kind of like you did that shit for like pats on the head. Like if there was a mole, you know what I mean? Or like, just let's not even go with the mole shit. Like just as far as speaking on somebody else, on a situation you don't really know much about, like you're doing it to get a position, but at the end of the day, if someone doesn't need you or doesn't want you around, nigga, you getting a pat on the head. Good job, thanks for that. Like,
yeah.
that's where it's just unnecessary to speak on shit like that at all.
So, did you actually believe the mole shit?
Do I actually believe the mole shit?
Because you're more in deep with the back on Fig Camp, so I know
Yeah.
there was probably some rumblings of looking at us a little weird, huh?
Nah, not for real. I don't think nobody was looking at y'all weird, or at least from what I know, nobody was really looking at y'all weird. For me, I was just like, if there is a mole, I was never thinking like, who's the mole? I'm just like, if there is a mole, like, you got to be the worst kind of hoe, like just female shit. Like, I don't consider like anybody in our group to be that kind of bitch made. But it's like, why are you going to go just talk about motherfuckers and just gossip? Like, that shit is so fucking just gay.
Yeah, it's like snitching.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's definitely playing that line of snitching.
Would you ever snitch?
Not for real.
Because we're not street dudes, so I feel like we could kind of like it's like the snitching thing is cool. It's not cool, but it like for regular people, that's like
It's different.
I don't even know if it's
that's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like that as a street dude, or if I'm thinking as a street dude, right? I'm looking at a regular person who's not in the street, and I'm gonna already think that they're gonna snitch.
Right, but I don't even think snitching like is a street code as people really make it to be. Like, just don't tell on your friends. Like, just don't tell your homies. You
Well,
couldn't
yeah,
get me to go
it's-
tell on my best friend for shit.
I think the whole like snitching, like stigma, and like that whole like, I definitely think that comes from like a street background.
We got niggas in
And
the
it-
streets who ain't staying 10 toes. Like, 1090
But
Jake wouldn't have a
for
job if niggas weren't snitching.
Sure, but I'm like, as far as like that no snitching code, that came from some street shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
That came from like some
Some
black
mafia
like
shit.
neighborhood, like
Even
all right,
before
hey,
that.
nigga, you get in
Yeah.
trouble, like nigga, don't tell. You know what I mean? But I'm like, to expect like the average civilian to like, no, like,
Yeah.
they're not being held to that same standard. But like, if you are from some street shit, it's like, that's kind of like, all right, like nigga, that's common knowledge. Like,
Yeah.
nigga, don't say anything.
But I mean, shit. What really opened my eyes to all this snitch shit and how deep it gets is the fact that you're not even allowed to snitch on an op.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
But see, that's like,
that's the
I'm not-
crazy
You're my
part
op,
about
I'm
street shit.
a- I'm
bro,
snitching
I'm not
on
gonna
you.
hold you. I'm snitching. I'm snitching. If it's one of those things where it's like you're expecting me to take the fall for some shit that I didn't do, in the fall is something crazy. Like if it's like, all right,
a gun charge.
If it's like house arrest or some shit like that, like it's not terrible. It's like, all right, and it's a homie. All right, but it's like if it's somebody, if I'm taking the fall for somebody that I don't know or don't care about, or if it's especially like an op, I'm telling.
Okay.
Like I'm not doing time for somebody that I don't care about or don't love. You know, like if it's a homie and it's like, all right, they'd be in a totally worse position, and I could just take this. You know what I mean? It's like I'd do it, but it's like if it's somebody that I don't know and they're like, you know, you're convicted of this murder or whatever. It's like, nigga, no, it was this nigga right here. Like, I am not going to jail for this stranger right now. Like, I'm telling.
But
I am telling. I am not. I'm no.
It gets tricky,
gangster.
though.
I'm no like nigga. I have no loyalty to any of these strangers except for the people in my circle.
Okay,
those
so-
are the only people that I'm not snitching on. Is
Trev
the
is
people
super in
my
your
circle.
circle. I know you wouldn't really snitch on Trev like that. But let's go with me, right? We're riding in my car. I got a gun under my passenger seat.
No, see, that's
And
one of those
so-
situations where it's like, nigga, I don't know. I didn't know there was a gun in the car. I don't know whose gun this is.
Oh, you know whose gun it is.
see,
I don't know whose this is. That's one of those where it's like, I don't know.
So I feel like that's a gray area to where you could, I mean, be like, you know, I don't know who murdered that person over there. You got to be like, hey, it was sick.
No,
bro. He did it.
because if it's a stranger and I know who the stranger is, that stranger's doing that time. I'm not doing the time.
But
for
it's
the
not.
stranger.
What if it wasn't a you or them? What if it's just we're investigating you for this murder,
Yeah,
and while we're figuring it out,
that's
go
what I'm
ahead
saying.
and
It's
sit
like
in
I
this
don't.
jail.
It's until it falls on me. If it's like we don't know who it is, then I don't know who it is either. But if it's like you're the person that did it and they're pointing at me,
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, well now I know who did it and it wasn't me.
Now that I've been here for 3 months,
Yeah, no,
let me tell you,
that's when it's a different story. But if it's like
this and shit.
if they're just out here just like fishing for information, it's like I'm not just gonna be spilling the beans.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Well,
It's
then
one
we
of
look
those,
at
but
we
it's
look
like,
at niggas like YNW Melly right now, who's been in jail for what, 5 years now? While they're still trying his case. If they're still trying your case, we're on year 5. Have you already snitched by now? You still know who did it. They're still looking for the person, or trying you as it, and you're like, okay, you know, there's a possibility that, you know, I might not go down for this shit because I really
but
didn't
that's
do
what I'm
it.
saying.
The evidence
Honestly,
don't match.
It depends on who the person is that did it. That's what it boils down to for me.
Mm-hmm.
If I know I'm not sitting in any type of jail for 5 years and it's just some random person that I know who did it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'll sit in jail and do the time if it's like a homie that would be down bad if I snitched on them. Like, I'm not doing that to the homie. But if it's a random nigga, I am not sitting in jail for any random person I do not love. I'm sorry.
Really, look, growing up, I was always taught, hey, if you get in trouble, if more at school, ask for your parent before you say some
for
shit.
sure.
It's the same thing in the streets.
Yeah,
you get in
give me a
trouble, lawyer up. Talk to my lawyer. I ain't saying shit.
I say shit.
For sure.
And then if my lawyer instructs me to snitch, I have to.
Oh god.
Wait, so what are you doing?
Bro, you're telling, bro. It's all good.
Yeah,
man.
it's
Welcome
not
to the pod,
like,
bro.
like yeah. I think the misconception is that like I'm just like super thugged out, like trying to be with gang. Like, nah, bro. I'm telling all you niggas, bro.
But hold on. So, all right, going back to the boxing shit.
Yeah,
Do you have a background in boxing?
I do have a background in boxing.
See, yeah, I was just joking about everything I was saying.
That's the funnest misconception, man. Because people be like, you know, 6'0", like calm and shit like that. But it's like, no, bro. Like I enjoy boxing. It's not even a thing where it's like. And I think that's a misconception of people who have boxed in the past or done like any combat sports. We're like, oh, he just walks around like he wants to beat everybody's ass. It's like, no, bro. For me, like I've boxed with all of my homies. And it's a thing where it's just like, not just testing somebody's hands, but like it's just a way of having fun. Like you build a better bond with somebody because you know like, oh shit, like, you know, we've even traded blood with each other sometimes, bro. And then it's like a situation like, if we're outside, I know you can fight because we're always practicing in my backyard. Like growing up, for sure, was always boxing with the homies. My dad was helping me out, training me. I've been to a couple gyms. Shout out Hill Street Boxing Gym, bro. Like for sure, boxing and Hapkido, which is another martial art, have played a big role in my life.
Like since you were a kid type shit? Like really in the boxing gym and shit?
So Hapkido started off first, and I got into boxing probably.
Hapkido sounds like a diet.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what is that?
It's a Korean martial art. So it was
like,
he only
what
eats
is
Korean
it like?
food.
Closer
That's
to
what
like
that means.
jujitsu or like? Is it more like grappling?
It's more
or is it more
grappling.
like striking? Oh, okay.
It's more grappling.
Do you have
yeah.
fights underneath your belt, like on like?
Nah, I've never
an opponent?
like competed. It's all like backyard shit.
Oh, so just backyard squad.
Or like
Yeah.
sparring.
So not like in a real
Not like in
boxing
a ring.
gym.
I mean, I was in a boxing gym training.
like sparring and
Yeah,
shit.
But
exactly.
you sparred with someone in the boxing?
Yeah, for sure.
See, yeah, man.
See, I've done very unofficial backyard sparring, like same shit, like high school.
Like,
Like,
yeah.
oh, we went to Big Five and got gloves, so it's like, no,
Nah, it
we're,
was like all the homies were
we're
in the
killing
gym.
time at the park type
Yeah.
shit. Like,
See, I was never into that shit.
I had a
Why?
homie that was kind of the same thing. Like, there was a homie that was going to like a UFC little gym doing like workouts and shit. So he's like, you know, that he's into boxing now. So he's like, you know, like let's
spar.
Yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
just like, I mean, I guess. Like, I was the type who was like, nigga, let's go hoop. You know what I mean? Like, we'll go to the gym
Nah,
and
I'm
like
like, throw on the
play
gloves,
pickup
bro.
games. So it's like now the homie's like wanting to box. I'm like, I mean, I guess, fuck it. Like,
Yeah, I just never was really into violence like that, or to just like I didn't like want to get hurt for fun, unless it was like skateboarding and shit. Like
It's the
like getting hit. It's just like for football. It's like, bro, football fucking sucks.
no, but it's kind of it's like, I think it's like it's like a element of competition and like a bit of that like. A bit of the brutality.
Nah, but
you
what
know, it's
happens-
like it's not enough to where it's
It's-
like, all right, I know I'm about to leave like with a
a
whole
bloody
ass
face and
concussion and,
bruises,
like
yeah.
like a crazy black eye, but it's like it's a bit of that like you just want to get after it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
What
like
happens-
playing football with pads on and shit like that. Like,
What happens when you squabble the homie in the backyard and you make him cry,
you make them cry.
nigga crying like
Go walk that shit off.
or you knock him out? I just feel like crying is like a
Well,
key
it's like
indication of just like,
there's-
hold on, I gotta
With
look
your
at my
homie-
homie
well, it's
a
like
little
there's a
different.
few, like-
at that in that high school
It's
in
like-
that high school fucking range.
yeah, you just kind of gotta know. It's like, all right, nigga, like one, we're not throwing like 100% haymakers.
Yeah,
like,
for sure not.
Cause it's like it's the same thing like in the locker room in high school, like when niggas go chest blows and the one dude tries to duck and then he gets hit in the face and now he's actually mad and wants to fight. You know what I mean? It's one of those where it's like, all right, you got to know the line. Like, nigga, we're not throwing crazy haymakers. Like, we're not trying to knock each other out. We're kind of here for more exercise and sport.
Bro,
you know what I mean? But it's like it
so
takes that one where it's like, all right, hey, like we're gonna pause if we're throwing hands.
Hey, bro,
and they throw that one that's a little too hard. It's like it's like, hey, you throw another one of those, like it's gonna get real. You know what I mean?
All right, what are you feeling bad more though? Are you gonna feel bad if you knock him out or you make him cry?
The knockout.
Nah,
the knockout. Because if you start crying, I'm not about to feel bad if you start. Honestly, I'm probably gonna start laughing if you start crying. I'm like, now, like, all right, nigga, like,
I don't even know how to react during the cry, bro. You hit him, just bah. He goes.
Like,
what the fuck?
I feel like it would take some serious damage for like the homie to start crying. Like,
I've only had one street brawl where I was beefing with somebody though. Like where it's real, because I mean it went from like conversations of like who would beat who up to like, all right, bro, you got 4 months.
Wait, 4 months for what?
To train up. In 4 months, we about to get this shit.
You guys made this an agreement?
Oh, for sure.
What were you guys beefing over?
I don't even remember. It was that unserious. Like it was like 4 months, bro, and you're cooked. I was in the gym every single day. Like it was fucking Creed, bro. It's weird because it's like I think everybody in his boots, bro. I think everybody
give me 4 months, just watch.
I think everybody who fights, it's not like scared, but it's like I got to be over prepared.
No, for sure. Well, because fighting is one of those things where it's like, nigga, I can't. Fighting
lose.
Is very prideful. Like, there's a lot of like competitive sports where it's like there's pride on the line, but fighting is one of those where it's like. It's like max amount of pride.
Yeah, losing a basketball game is not like losing a fight, bro.
No, but dudes get mad after the basketball.
But you can, get off the court. But niggas want to fight. See, after you lose that fight and you lost the game, now what? You a super bitch. Go home.
That's why I never got angry.
Okay, so what do? You on the court? Somebody you foul somebody hard, and they go, "Hey, fuck is your problem, dog? What's the deal? Squabble up."
Well, so like, I didn't play basketball. I played soccer.
Oh, okay. So no fights.
Nah, there was. I mean, like you could check someone and you could get them back, but it was never like, all right, we're gonna throw fists.
It results to hands.
You push someone or
Yeah, I was like
very few times. Like that. I've only been in like 2 fights in my life.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm not a fighter. That's why like the talking the shit with you was just kind of funny because. I'm not like that.
Hey, I'm looking at the messages going. I'm like, yo, Trevor hilarious, bro. Because I know for a fact he's like, bro, I mean, none of this shit. And then you would say something crazy and text me, be like, this is funny. Yeah. I'm enjoying this. Just reminding me like, hey, motherfucker, please don't really get mad at none of this shit.
Yeah, man, because honestly, too, it's like one of those things where it's like, if I really have a problem with you and it's really going to get to that, I'm not going to be talking shit in the chat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna really, we're going to call like, because all that beefing online shit, bro, is so corny and played out. Like, that shit is just, it's whack as fuck. And it kind of sucks, though, because sometimes people have to rely on that shit. Yeah. And you get in the space where it's like, the views are there. Yeah. The views are fucking there, man. Let's squabble up. But also, too, I mean, shit, it's like weird because the boxing thing is like actual content, too.
Yeah.
Well, now it is. Like, I feel like it's a whole, outside of boxing, like the actual sport boxing, like, just boxing as a form of content.
Yeah, like, just being a creator and way of throwing on gloves.
Because, I mean, there was even conversations going around of me to box Yuri. Like, there was going to be, like, a whole no-jumper, like, boxing card thing. Mm-hmm. I think Crip Mac was supposed to box someone. And that was going to be, like, the main fight. Or I think, I feel like it maybe might have been Crip Mac and Blueface, but it could be totally separate.
I think Blueface would beat the shit out of Crip Mac.
For sure.
Jesus Christ. Blueface whooping Crip Mac ass.
But, I mean, shit, I don't know. Crip Mac's pretty big.
Blueface really got squabbles though.
I've never seen him fight, but that's what I've heard.
He's done 3 influencer fights now, and just whooping ass bad, like not even close. It's because people. I mean, first off, he's got the height and he has the reach over people, but people just look at Blueface and they're like, nah, never. And they keep getting in his space. And with the arm reach that he has, bro, it's not gonna work.
But that'd be a good fight regardless. I would pay to see
Blueface
that.
and Crip Mac, I'm paying to see that for sure.
Yeah, and then me and Yuri on the undercard.
I don't know if I'm paying to see that, man.
Yuri's live streaming it too. He has his camera on in the ring.
Nah, man, but really, we got you on the pod today because we want to see how you're gonna do, and maybe feeling like
This is a tryout.
It's a job interview.
Oh, I see what. Okay, so y'all hazing me, and then y'all talking about it's a tryout.
Because now you're actually like it kind of makes sense because you're actually like a.
Said you're semi-qualified now.
Yeah.
I meet the qualifications. I did it before. I was just like
entry-level applicant.
Well, I mean, shit. So like when we first met, what were you like? What do you do for Fig Community World or for Back on Fig? Like,
I think I shortened it just say I produce for Fig Community World.
but now it's like, what does that entail though?
A lot of shit. Running the stream beforehand. Well, I mean, preparing the stream beforehand, preparing the sheet of shit that they're going to talk about, set up, take down, running it during the show, and then setting up shit leading up to any vlogs or other streams.
Because now it seems like you're like really like hands-on on a lot of shit.
Yeah, for sure.
But when we first met you, it was like, oh, he's helping with the live streaming aspect of it.
Yeah.
But now I feel like, bro, you could set up, camera shit, a little bit of lighting,
Yeah.
The general basics. So, like I said, you're real out of,
Oh, you know, waiting for me to check all the boxes. I see what's going on.
boxes are all
Prerequisites,
checked,
yeah.
man. And I feel like you've gotten better at podcasting.
I sucked before.
It's not that you sucked. It just was.
You be honest, Trev.
I feel like it was just a little bit. It was just you were just finding yourself.
Yeah.
Which we've all been through, and we all have to go through. I feel like just to be on camera, because I mean, how did you even get locked in with the Back on Fig shit or a Fig Community World?
We got our first sponsorship. Let's go. And what better company than a lighting company? Let me introduce you guys to Nanlite. As you guys know, the guys here are all cameramen. That's why it's called Out of Focus. And a part of production is lighting. If you're a content creator, filmmaker, photographer, if you're out there creating stuff, you're gonna need a light kit. It's pretty mandatory, and it's kind of crazy the differences you could see with or without a light. So instead of explaining it to you, I just want to show you guys real quick the power of lighting. And now the budget just got higher, right? Am I right? Sometimes I'll get people that ask me, what are some ways to improve the quality of my podcast? And one thing I always recommend is a good light kit. What I love about Nanlite's gear is its versatility. Their products are like the Swiss Army knife of lighting, perfect for any creative project. From studio setups to on-location shoots, Nanlite has the right gear to illuminate my vision. Just to give you guys a breakdown and some behind the scenes of what I use to light this setup right here, I got a Nanlite Forza 60C, and then back there in the kitchen, I got the Forza 300B2 with the projector attachment. I just want you guys to go to their website and check out their special offers. They got tons of deals and tons of options depending on your budget. Big shout out to Nanlite for sending us this gear. We're definitely going to be using all this on future productions and on all the podcast productions. So check them out, hit them up, tell them Trevor sent you, and take your creativity to the next level, because if you can make the image look better, you could charge more. Let's get back to the pod.
That was all a Jack thing for sure. I had a homie who introduced me to Jack, and so Jack had known that I was just a kid who streams from Long Beach, like that's it. And then so I used to just come around and shit, and I was just learning a lot of shit from Jack. And then he was like, "Yo, I know you stream. Like, I got Terrell who wants to stream. Like, can you help him out?" I started helping out, and the shit just like developed from there.
So what were you doing before?
I was streaming, so I was doing my own content, like the same stuff I'm doing now. I think I was just doing it at a higher rate then. Like I was streaming probably every single night because I used to work with kids at the YMCA, so I'd leave from there and go home and stream every day.
And what kind of content would you stream?
Gaming content. Yeah, gaming, and then like reaction videos and shit like that.
Damn, that's fire. So I mean, how does it feel to be like kind of like in the mix now? Because I mean, us doing it day to day, we don't really think about it, and it kind of might sound corny to say, but we kind of work for one of the littest podcasts in LA on the West Coast.
No, God.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's actually pretty fucking crazy to really have that opportunity. And I mean, I'm just putting myself in your shoes, and I'm just thinking, man, I'm this kid from Long Beach who's live streaming, and then I get this opportunity. I'm like, bro, this is
it.
lit.
It's insane. I think it never feels real. The best part is just like this shit never becomes work, bro. Like I never wake up like, I gotta get some work done. It's like damn,
Not
I get
what
to
we on
do this
today.
shit. Yeah, it's like, bro, like what? And then like you get through like a grindy ass week, and the next week is like, bro, we're in Vegas, we're doing this, and it's like, bro, what the fuck? Like, it's no way I get paid to do this shit. Like that shit just sounds crazy as fuck. Like the shit that I was doing in the house after work as some free time shit, as some maybe one day I get to do this on the side and it'll make a little bit of revenue. I'm actually making bread from full time is wild.
Nah, I definitely feel that. You haven't experienced any burnout yet?
Hell nah. I had to like
Just wait, little
Yeah.
nigga. Just
The burnout-
wait.
When did your guys'
not
burnout
even
come?
not even like a bad thing like burnout, but it's just like I think it's something that everybody kind of starts to like. I don't know, when you start doing something long enough, even if it's something that you love, like there's parts of the job that start to become like, I don't know the word. Like, is monotonous the right word?
No,
Like,
I feel like it comes in waves, right? And it kind of depends on your financial status, your network, and like just where you're at mentally.
yeah.
But just like trying to have yourself maintain a job in the creative field or just like making content, bro, is like it gets stressful.
Yeah.
yeah.
You feel me? Where it's just like, dude, like sometimes I even think like, damn, did I make the right choice?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where it's just like, bro, this shit it should be hard as hell. But then it always goes away, and you always just gotta keep grinding it out.
No, exactly.
Yeah,
I was
for
like,
sure.
it's just, I think that's what it is. It's the constant grind, and there's just times where it's just like, it feels like more of a grind, and there's times where it's like, the grind, it comes easy, and it doesn't feel like so much like of a burden or like it's taking that much of a toll, you know?
Right.
Yeah, and it's like I feel like we're a little different. Where I feel like you're more in-house, and we're just like freelance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're like finding work. Luckily we have like Fig Community World and Back on Fig and T-Rel and all them to give us steady, consistent work. But I mean, that could,
Can stop at any second. Yeah, for sure. No, I feel that. Damn, I just missed my fucking point that I was thinking about. But I just had a fucking.
I mean, just
fart.
dealing with burnout as a creator, like, or maybe let me ask you this: like, you were trying to stream, and now, do you have to balance like behind the scenes and wanting to be in front of the camera?
Yeah, but I think that's always been the thing, because my goal from the jump was that, like, I call it like being a two-way player. Like, just I gotta be good at both, like, because you never know what's gonna be needed. Like the same way that like I fell into Thursday News was like, it wasn't something I expected. It's not something like I was praying on or waiting on. It's just like where I ended up being able to fit in, and just that was the day where it's like, all right, cool, this is where you get to play this side of the ball, and every other day you're on that side of the ball. And it's just like, yeah, that's what being a team player is all about. So that's what I'm here for. What I was gonna say about the burnout shit was, I think the main thing was, for me, if there's ever a point where I feel like something's becoming too regular or just boring or like drawn out to do, I find a way to switch it up. Like, you got to switch up your day to where it's like, okay, cool. Like, I'm going to set up Shame on You every Wednesday. It's going to happen, no doubt. The setup takes a long ass fucking time, and it gets to a point where it's like, fuck. What matters is what I do after that now. I don't need to stay home the rest of the day after Shame on You. Or maybe I got to go out before Shame on You and go do something, go eat outside or do something to where like I'm now switching up my day to where my Wednesdays look different, rather than just waking up, set up, and then finishing off the day. So maybe that's, let's start doing a stream every night, or let's go to the Back on Fig warehouse and see what can happen over there. Like, just making sure you add that variety.
Yeah. I've learned too. What helps me is just it's kind of a gift and a curse, but kind of focusing on the progression of things and trying to build off stuff. It's good because it does introduce you to like new environments and stuff, but it's also bad because then it's just like you never really are what's the word? Content where you're at.
Yeah.
So then you're always thinking like you have to do more, be better, and it kind of can fuck with you.
Yeah, for sure. I think like the goal setting shit is crazy. Like, I mean, y'all been doing this for a really, really long time. Like, what goals do y'all have now? Like, where are y'all at in your process?
Well, that's the thing. I ask myself that kind of frequently, right? Where it's just like, all right, where am I going to be in 5 years? Because none of this shit is guaranteed. And I mean, fuck, we don't know where we're gonna be.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, I'm gonna get a promotion in 2 years. I'm gonna know, oh, I can be
Yeah.
the fucking boss of this shit. I think really, bro, I just try to focus on not comparing where I'm at to where other people are at, and then also just trying to get better at whatever I'm doing. Because like you were talking about being behind the scenes and being in front of the camera, like, bro, having the knowledge of how to set these cameras up, we're gonna be set for life. We're gonna have to find the work, but we're gonna be set.
But there's always gonna be the
it's
work.
like, what are they called? Like transferable skills or like?
They're never gonna go away.
Yeah, it's like skills that you know are always gonna be needed, or like that hold like monetary value as far as like having that type of knowledge, you know?
Because
Right.
if I was a YouTuber like I consider myself maybe a YouTuber, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I was just a person with a regular job trying to be a YouTuber, or maybe not even a regular job trying to be a YouTuber, I would feel way more stressed out because you kind of have to rely on the content. Like, what is that?
It's an Amazon truck.
Oh, all right. You have to rely on the content to hit, right? The views have to be there, but when you're behind the scenes, bro, I mean, we make content weekly.
Yeah.
It's just not for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I feel like I set myself up for longevity, but I look at people who don't necessarily have that background or the skill, not the skill, but just the background or, working behind the scenes. I'm just like, bro, I would not want to be where you're at because I know I'm stressed at this. And it's like, bro, we're like 35. Like, where am I going to be at 35, 40 years old?
Shit.
I don't want to be setting up cameras and shit.
Yeah.
Y'all niggas old,
It's a
man.
thin line.
Yeah, see, you
Y'all
still
gotta
got,
stop saying y'all ages, bro.
Nah,
you
but
still
it's like,
got.
it's all a part of the- I love my age,
I'm
man.
20. I'm 28. I'm about to be 29.
And you're 32.
That's crazy.
Shit, Calvin.
Nah, I'm 30.
Yo.
Yeah, see, he just turned 30. But man, yeah, bro.
Listen to the noise you made after you said that shit.
Hey, but
What,
just
that
look
burp?
at
He's
us.
like, I'm 30.
Just
That's crazy. Old nigga noises.
how old are you?
I'm 23.
23. So yeah, just
yeah,
look
I
at us and
remember
be
that
like,
age.
hey, you could
That's
be
like
us.
23.
When
But
did y'all
that's what I'm
start
saying, it's
doing
like-
this? 'Cause I gotta.
that's
damn,
that's
man.
damn near when I started. Like, it was one of those things.
Fuck.
Like, that's why I was like, bro, like
But yeah.
nigga, it only takes like a few years in a sense, but it's kind of just like choosing what it is you want to do. Because when I was 23, I had no background in video editing, but it was something that I just started teaching myself like
Yeah.
last semester of college. So it was like, all right, like my goal is to make a living off of this, whatever that looks like. Like I want to be able to edit videos and live off of whatever it is that I'm doing in that video production realm. So I'm gonna teach myself enough to get to that point. And I feel like I've just kind of reached that goal maybe like within the past year or so. So it's like, it's that grind of like, I mean, you don't know how long it's going to take, but it's applying that.
I also
kind of
think
record.
nowadays too, it's a lot easier to become a content creator, bro. When we started, term content creator wasn't
it
even a
wasn't a
thing.
thing.
It wasn't. It was. Yeah.
No, it was a YouTuber.
Yeah.
Or just like a video maker, a filmmaker, I guess.
Yeah, I'm like, I feel like YouTuber was, it was kind of starting to like float around. Like people were kind of YouTubers, but it wasn't like, I feel like it wasn't like it's a job title kind of now, you know?
Yeah,
you can be
sure.
like a YouTuber. It's like,
YouTuber.
oh, okay, like you're
I'm a Twitch
YouTuber.
streamer,
It's
shit like that.
Bro,
Yeah.
Nigga,
a lot of
back
the
then
kids
somebody-
want to become content creators
like,
and
or
YouTubers
like
now.
Streamers or, yeah.
Remember when it was doctors, lawyers, and fucking...
I know that's just kind of scary too, because it's like, I mean, it's like the NBA. Your kid's like, yeah, I'm gonna be in the league, and he's 5'3", and a junior in high school. It's like, bro, I don't know if
break it to you.
So it's like your kid's a junior in high school talking about, yeah, I'm gonna make content on YouTube, and he hasn't dropped a video, bought a camera, learned how to video edit or anything like that. Like, what
But
do you
it's
say?
also
This
one of
shit's
those
hard.
things where it's like it's hard, but it's also a job that doesn't have the physical limitations, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah,
I feel like there's physical limitations to some jobs, like being an NBA player, this, that, and the other. It's like, not that it's impossible, but it's like, bro, if you're 5'3", like, that's a big mountain. You
yeah.
know
But
what
I mean, there's a
Like,
learning fall off too, because I mean, we all started. I mean, at least for me, I started video editing sophomore year of high school. Like that's what I really like learned how to do that shit.
But
So it's like,
why'd you get into it? What made you...
so my school had like a news thing, And so that was I did it as a joke first off because like all the homies are going out like free period.
A
whatever.
joke. Fuck you.
That shit y'all do. That shit was
Hey, you guys is dream on this. That's a free period.
Me and my niggas laughed at that shit.
I was like, yeah, bro, I'm not fucking editing no videos or nothing, bro. I'm be an on-camera personality. And so I went there and the guy was like, you know, like every video you do, like you got to edit your own shit. And I was like, fuck. So the first like maybe 3 weeks, we had news every week. The first 3 weeks I made like no content. And he was like, you got to make some content or get the fuck out of my class.
Right.
And then so I edited my first video. That shit was a flop on the news. And I did another one. I was like, all right. I'm starting to realize that it doesn't matter what the fuck I say on camera. If my edits aren't clean and cold, I'm not getting the reaction that I want. And so I probably spent like the whole week on that video to get it out by that Monday. And it was the coldest video I've ever put out. Like that shit was so fucking ridiculous. And so I realized like, that's when I really realized that if I wanted to be a successful content creator, my editing had to be just as good as my on-camera actions. So that's when I'd really just put the editing first.
So you went into that class thinking it's a joke, and then you were just like, I actually fuck with this?
Nigga got
Yeah.
humble.
For sure. Oh, stupid humbling
Bro,
moment.
that's the shittiest thing when people just be like, yeah, just pull up, click record. Click record. It's easy.
I feel like learning video editing and like putting that on myself as far as like me wanting to learn this and then learning all the nuances that are involved in it, it makes me look at every job differently now.
For sure.
Any person that has a job, it's like you realize like, okay, there's some niche aspect to all of this that's like
definitely.
it takes a level of skill or understanding to like.
But yeah, I mean, even the difference between filmmaking or editing and then fucking live streaming.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
he be on the
definitely.
boards, bro, doing like whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, damn, I don't even know how to do any of that.
It was
I
funny
know
when
the
you first
basics.
said it because I was like, motherfucker, you don't know this shit.
Yeah.
And then like you're showing me stuff with like just doing a podcast and putting it together and camera work. And I'm like, bro, as a live streamer, I don't know shit about fucking cameras. Everything I know now, y'all have taught me.
Yeah.
This shit, I'm like, bro, I'd set up a webcam. That's the least of my fucking
And
worries.
just like the workflows and all that, bro, it's so fucking big. And it's like, I remember taking this class in college and the professor was so fucking hyped on like the ability to live stream and like all the future and how it's going to be. And it didn't click for me.
Yeah.
Until like years later where I'm just like, bro, I see why you were
He
so
was
hyped.
hella enthusiastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's like,
gonna fire now.
he's like, newscasters are going to be able to live stream off their phone. Like this is going to change the fucking world. And I'm just like, yeah.
I took a photography class in college, and so this is like a prereq that I needed, and the professor would talk through the whole class, and I was like, yeah, I know exactly how I'm about to pass this class. I came into class on time and slept every single day of that class and got an A.
So what was you doing to the teacher to be getting your A if you was just sleeping?
He was a
an
boy
A.
teacher too.
She was a young teacher. That's crazy. She was
He
new.
was in there in them office hours.
All we ever had to do was like
neck
weekly.
working.
She sent us some shit on like what's it called, Canvas. She sent some shit on Canvas and she's like, oh yeah, go take pictures of that, go take pictures of this, write up about it and what the experience was like and the settings that you did. And I was like, cool, whatever, fuck it. Took a picture on whatever settings, like didn't matter to me. And I was like, this is what I did and this is what it means to me. And I got an A. Came into class every day and slept through the whole thing.
Well, listen, kids, if you're listening to this, it's not that easy.
Yeah,
and
don't
It's
be
not.
like
Don't think
six.
you can just BS your way through life and make it to the big leagues.
No, but now that you're like in front of the camera and you're actually like, I feel like you're a character or a presence in Fig Community World and back on Fig. Like, how do you deal with like the comments and shit? Because I feel like you do get a lot of hate, and that's some shit that I've gone through too, where it just like it's like kind of affected me. Where I'm just like, man, you got to learn to just shake that shit off.
For sure. I think I was just talking about this shit today. Originally, because I was like, okay, I'm a pretty likable. Like you think a lot about yourself, right? I'm a pretty likable person. Like I don't really like. Fuck you. The fuck is that noise about, nigga? I'm
laughing at where it's going. I'm not laughing at
Things like you're not
the
likable.
fact that you are a likable person. I'm not
Nah, you are a likable
Yeah,
person.
I'm-
Pause.
yeah.
Y'all don't gotta fucking make me feel okay now, nigga.
I'm laughing at where I think it's going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like
let him go
It
then,
gets
let him
bad
go.
because like you think about yourself like I'm a pretty likable person. I don't really like say too much crazy shit. I don't like beg for attention too much. And then you get on camera and they're like, You thirsty bitch. You always want to be on camera, nigga. Like, nigga sucking dick to get on camera. Nigga so thirsty to get on her 6. Fuck you, you corny. And I'm like, the first time I saw it, I'm like, what the fuck happened, bro? Like, I watched the episode back like 8 times. Like, what the fuck did I say? And then like you'll have a really good day. It's like I think the good day came when it was me smacking AD on Back on Fig. Damn, so fucking long ago. And I had freestyled on there, and they're like, "Oh, 6 is talented. This, that, oh, it's lit. You know, 6 can rap, whatever." And then the next week, I was like, let me show up again. Like y'all love me now, and they're like, "Get off camera, bitch. We still don't fuck with you."
Hey, and that's the thing. It's like a weird balance where it's like, fuck. All right, I want to be a personality or in front of the camera, but then I don't want to overstep. There's like a hierarchy on a pod, you know what I'm saying, where it's like if you come in as this new guy and you're talking way too fucking much, bruh,
facts,
L's in the chat,
for
tomatoes
sure
in the chat, they're gonna
This
fucking
nigga outta
hate
here.
on you.
Yeah.
And live streaming is a whole different animal, bro. I can't, I'm not really good at live streaming, I don't think.
I think the cool thing is to treat live stream like a pre-recorded pod. That's what I've
So
learned
you
now.
slip up.
Like
say some shit.
even
get that
with
back?
that,
Can't delete that.
I'm gonna need that one
I for
back.
sure. I'm not gonna lie on the news. I for sure did it because I was talking about some fucking dickhead in high school I had issues with, and like that became like the clip. 6 talks about bully from high school, and I'm like, bro, this nigga ain't even bully me, bro. He just talks shit. Like the nigga was a hoe.
Well, and that's the wild thing too. It's like how the narratives can really be molded and kind of shifted and shit.
But I mean that's a skill just as far as just conversationalism. Like it's kind of dramatic, but I mean it draws viewers. It's a good way to just speak. Like if you can capture viewers and you can capture somebody's attention by just what you're saying, like that's a skill in itself.
But was it like a learning curve you had to deal with? Where
For
it's just
sure.
like,
I'm
hold
still
on, man.
I'm still definitely learning. I think my last episode of the news was the best. Like I really just like posted up and chilled, and that's what I'm starting to learn. Like
Less is more sometimes.
yeah, for sure. I was doing a lot early on. I'm like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna have a gimmick, I'm gonna do, and it's like it's like, bro,
wanting to
just
say
relax.
everything that comes to mind.
Yeah, for sure. Now it's just like I just post up like whatever the vibe is. That's what I'm on.
Did you ever get nervous?
For sure. Yeah.
Because I know back on Fig, I got a little nervous, and like when we went on, like there'd be little incidences where I'm like interviewing someone, I get nervous. I feel like I've worked through it now.
Yeah.
But I could just see, like, you know what I'm saying, being you, I'm just like, you know, how does he have this confidence when the fucking chat's shitting on him and he's going crazy right now? Like,
it's like
still coming back. You know?
I'm the youngest of 3 brothers, so it's like, come on, bro. Y'all gotta find some new shit, bro. These niggas been talking about me, and like my not the oldest, but the middle brother, one of the funniest niggas on the planet, bro. He got the dumbest jokes on me ever, and it's like, bro, y'all, I don't care how funny y'all are, y'all not funnier than this nigga.
Yeah, right. Like being an only child, you're probably not gonna do well in the content creation space, the live streaming space.
Hell nah.
That
You
learning
gotta have
curve
thick
is a lot.
skin.
Yeah.
You gotta have thick
They
skin.
gonna humble the fuck out you quick and tell you a whole lot of shit you never knew about yourself, bro. Like,
Nah, they're gonna tell you shit that they think they know about you.
And that's another thing too, right?
'Cause
Where
that's
it's like,
what I think. That's where like
they feel like they know you for
Yeah,
real.
and so it's like
definitely.
they're making comments about your character and everything just based off of what they're seeing here. So it's like that's what I learned. It's like it's all a grain of salt. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's
no,
like,
for
it's
sure.
one
I
of
mean,
those
you don't
things
take
where
it
it's
and run with it for sure. You don't
Yeah.
like go home and be like, damn. Could you imagine if I ran with everything they said about me, bro? I might jump off the roof.
but no, really though, like we're joking about it, but that shit's real, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like this, I'm telling you, bro, this shit can get to you sometimes. Where it's just like, man, like the constant just negativity surrounding like just being in this field sometimes, where it's just like, bro, like,
I don't know if it gets to me anymore, man.
well, that's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
I don't like. I laugh at it a lot of the time. Like it'd be sometimes where I hear some new shit because a lot of it is repeat. A lot of niggas don't have new jokes, especially for me. I look at some new shit and I mess that nigga back like, oh, that shit was funny as fuck, dog. Like what? Like I cut off the locks and that was like a big thing for people. And someone was like, yeah, he still looks like a dyke. I'm like, bro, I'm like, that shit funny as fuck, dog. Like that's the best part. Like I laugh at myself, bro. Like I love when the chat talks shit because like for me it's like I'd rather you talk about me. I'd rather you talk about me, good or bad, than not talk about me at all. Because, I mean, I feel like when I was streaming in Long Beach, that's what I signed up for. Like, I wanted people to talk about me.
So how like you were streaming in Long Beach to what?
Like, how many? Oh, the audience?
By yourself?
I'm back,
Hey, that's
yo.
hate. Hey, that's hate. That's crazy.
Streaming
There's
every
one
day
nigga
to
in the-
one
in the
person.
room.
I was streaming every day
I'm
to
putting in-
27 people.
Really?
27 people.
On Twitch?
On Twitch.
Damn, dude. I like just thinking about becoming a live streamer just seems like the most fucking out of reach thing fucking possible, right? Because
Yeah.
it's like YouTube, you could make a cool video and go viral.
Yeah.
How the fuck are you gonna go viral on a stream? You know,
Like
like
clips.
clips.
Your stream matters the least when it comes to like gaming, streaming, and shit like that. Because, all right, let's say you catch me playing. You never heard of me before, and I'm just playing the game, and you catch a solid 10 to 15 minutes where either I'm really focused on the game or I'm not talking, or I'm just not talking about shit that interests you. You've now gave me a fair amount of time. 15 minutes. That's a YouTube video. You've now watched a YouTube video on me where I haven't entertained you or haven't showed you shit. You'll be like, all right, bro, I'm never watching this nigga again. This is boring as fuck.
Yeah, like you have to be talking. You have to be
Right.
constantly fucking
Yeah.
entertaining. I feel like you have to be way more entertaining to be a live streamer than to be a YouTuber.
For sure, because I mean, YouTubers get the best moments of maybe an hour to 2 hours worth of content. I'm giving you the whole 2 hours. I was gonna say raw. It's gonna sound crazy. I'm giving you the whole 2 hours raw.
Good.
Why are you looking me in the eye when I said that shit?
I'm looking at whoever's speaking. I'll
Kelvin,
be
I
looking
gave you the
him
whole
in
2
eye.
hours raw.
Hey, good for you, man. Congratulations, dog.
But with that, like, that's why the clips are so important right now. Like, because if people are looking on TikTok and they're like, okay, what is Six talking about on his stream? They're like, okay, we're catching these funny moments. And that's what, at least this year for sure, I'm looking to get really, really good at. Like, my clips are going to be insane. Some of the biggest, most just high energy moments.
All right, yeah. To conclude the 6 interview segment of this podcast, because
Yeah.
I've been talking too much to you.
For sure. I'm like, damn.
Yeah. I
where
just
the
wanted to
topic's
pick your
at.
brain about just being a young content creator coming in the game, bro. Because it's just like,
Huh?
he's 23.
I know you can't say shit about a young.
He's young compared to
Nigga,
us.
I'm still young.
How old are you?
30.
Fuck.
I'm a rookie.
He
old
looks
head.
young.
You a
That's what I'm
rookie.
saying. I'm damn
You're
near
a
I look
rookie.
younger than you, old ass nigga.
You and Killer Mike are the same level of rookie, nigga. That's wild.
Killer Mike is definitely on the vet side of being an old head.
So you're the jelly roll of like best new artist,
Nah,
where like
I'm
you've
like-
been in this
I'm
game for a
like-
while.
I'm trying to think who I can compare it to. It's like,
Vince Carter,
nah, not even.
like Atlanta Hawks, Vince Carter for sure.
I'm like who's like a nice, good comparison that had like a resurgence. I'm like Shay.
Shea
On
Gilgeous
the,
Alexander.
yeah, where it's like, oh, it's like, you think he's young, but it's like, oh,
think
no.
he's done, but it's coming right
He's
back
been in the
for
league for a
more.
minute, and it's like now, the year that he's having now, it's like, damn, like this, where did this nigga come from? You know what I mean? And then it's like, you look at it, it's like, oh, damn, this nigga's been in the league for 5 years.
You
now.
feel like
Andre
you've had
Ingram
that
is?
year?
You're kind of like Andre Ingram.
Nah, I don't
Or
think I've
you're
had
still,
that year,
like,
but
back-
I'm just saying as
back
far
there
as
yet.
like when they're looking at it, like, damn, this nigga's old, but then you look at it, it's like, he's not that old. Like he's still like he's a young old head. You know?
You really, Shay.
Yeah.
You remember the nigga who was in the G League for like 10 years and like he had like 3 good games?
What's his name?
Nah.
Andre Ingram. That's you. That's
The fact
who
that you
are.
know that guy though. You know
Yeah,
what
it
I
was a
mean?
big
Like,
moment. We thought he was gonna be like
Nah,
Kobe for the
dog.
Lakers because Kobe was gone. That nigga
Nah,
played
dog.
3 good games. They cut him the next.
Why is he
season.
on you like this, bro? He just dissed
I think
you,
this
dog.
is just. I think he
Don't say
sees
it.
a lot of himself in me,
Ah.
and like I think he looks up to
Kelvin,
me in a
Kelvin,
weird sense.
what do we
but
have
he
in
doesn't.
common besides being
he
black?
doesn't want to like accept that. So it's like it's like when you're like elementary school. You like a girl, and it's like you don't know how to tell
Nobody
her.
like you, bitch.
You don't know how to tell her that you like her, so it's like they're doing like weird, like you start negging her and like doing like weird shit. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like you don't know how to like express.
He just
those
wants to hang
feelings.
out with the groups.
Yeah, like I think he really,
Y'all don't do
he really
shit
wants,
fun.
He really wants to be like
You
me, but he
niggas don't do
doesn't-
nothing.
He doesn't
fun.
want to dick ride and say it, so he's like, "Nah, this nigga's just an old
we don't
head
do
with his-
anything fun.
What was the last lit shit y'all did? Like outside, just turning up.
Bro, we've done that.
That's
We've
what I'm
been
saying.
there,
That's
done that.
What is your dog's name?
That's Mr. Big.
Mr. Big.
I
Your
didn't
dog's
make his
name is Mr. Big
I
now.
didn't make his name up, and his name is from a show called Sex and the City. You never had
You're
Sex in the
quoting
City?
Sex in the City.
I
wasn't
didn't. It was
the
my
name that he
This is my
picked. This
girl's
is his
dog.
dog.
You're quoting Sex in the City.
It was his girl's dog.
Did you
but
see the
to
way you
say, but that just shows your age in the sense of like
Get cultured, my
you
boy.
trying to like, oh, when's the last time you did some lit shit? As far as like, nigga, that doesn't define my life, nigga. My whole life was some lit shit. Now I'm on some player OG nigga grown up shit, nigga.
Yes.
You know
What
what
does
I'm
that
saying?
consist of? What is that? What's the most player OG shit you've done so far, man?
Player OG shit.
Nigga, waking up this morning, like every time I wake up, I'm on some player OG.
It could be the last day.
I wake up and it's just like,
That nigga wake up like shit. That was a close one. God damn.
It's just, you know what I mean? It's
We
like
almost
you
didn't
wake
make
up,
it
it's
this
like,
morning.
Yeah, you know, you living
Nah, but
on
all
life.
right, what's lit though? What's the last lit shit you did?
I mean, the cruise is last list. I'm learning.
Bro,
I feel
get
like,
the fuck
That's
out
what
of
I'm
here.
saying.
Let me go.
I did a cruise. I
went
was
on my first
5,
cruise
6
this year.
years ago.
I went on
nigga.
my first cruise this year. I feel like I'm
went
at the
on
point
a-
where I'm doing a lot of things for the first time.
Really?
Like that's what I'm able to do now. Like I'm young. Like a lot of niggas my age like can't do a lot of
Can't
what
go
I've done.
on cruises.
Not specifically the cruise.
Who wants to
I
go
think
on
that's
a
most
cruise,
recent,
bro? He
That's
went on
most
a
recent
3-day
shit.
cruise to Mexico.
This
Yeah,
nigga
like,
tried to
fucking
stun on
life
us
changed.
with a cruise.
to
I'm like-
Mexico. It's not even like a European cruise. Bro went on the fucking.
want to go to Europe,
This nigga went on a cruise to the Bay Area. Went to the Fisherman's Wharf. On a, what is that? It wasn't even a cruise. It was the.
It was the fucking day. It was the day. It was,
It was
fucking,
the ferry. This nigga took a ferry ride talking about he was on some lit shit.
Nah, on a
No
cruise.
way.
That's my
Fuck
shit now.
outta
I'm not
here.
gonna lie. Like after the first one, I was like, yeah, man, this is where I fit in. I gotta go on cruises more often. I'm going on another one this year.
Really?
Nah,
going to
cruises are
June.
kind of cool. I'm not gonna shit on it too much, but
I mean,
I wouldn't define that as like, nigga, I'm shitting on you niggas.
if
now.
you asked me what lit shit was, and I went on a cruise, I probably wouldn't even say it.
I mean, 'cause I wouldn't say.
I would lie. I'd
I wouldn't
be
say
like-
like the club. Like, all right, bro.
No, not the club.
is whatever.
I think yeah, I'm at the point where it's like traveling and shit. Like, bro, I think New York was lit.
New York was dumb
Yeah,
lit.
that was
For
We
sure.
were all in New York. That was
I
fun.
think the end of last year is also probably some of the most lit shit I've done. Atlanta, New York,
the live show stuff. Like,
Yeah.
bro, the live show in New York was sick.
bro.
That was probably that's some lit ass shit.
for sure. That
And
might
who was
be-
there? We were. So you see what we're talking
You was
about?
at-
You know what
you
I'm
was in
saying?
New York?
Yes.
Oh,
That's when we had to sleep in the same bed.
Yeah, pause.
Well, that's the most exciting
Pause.
shit
Yeah, I
that
don't
he
know
said
why you
about.
said it like
there was
that,
so
but it
much
was
fun
like-
shit that happened in New York. The Sprinter. Anytime we were in the Sprinter was a lot of fun. We got a lot of emotions off.
I said that
in the Sprinter.
because like it was some tag along shit. Like we
Did
were
you guys
just
talk before bed?
yeah, we had conversations. We would
I
have
mean, it's like, yeah,
conversations.
it's
You know,
like-
reflect on how the day went, shit like that. But just know,
What a good
Work
day.
related.
Kelvin.
Okay.
hey, but just
That
know,
was such a nice
see,
day.
Nobody said anything
but
about
you're
us spooning.
and I don't want to make it seem like we requested one bed. It was just how the cards were
how the
dealt.
chips.
Right.
Mr.
Nah, for sure.
Producer.
Yeah.
I feel
Aren't
like-
you a
I mean,
producer?
granted,
what the fuck was up with that, dog?
Yeah,
I don't
dog.
produce y'all fucking rooms.
You should,
Well, yeah, maybe
We
you
need
should.
two.
Who were y'all producing in that room?
bro. We
Nigga,
were producing
the
fire
content for yeah.
Y'all in,
for-
y'all in a room, one bed, two niggas, and some cameras. What was going on?
nigga, whatever needed to go on to,
and we
to keep
weren't
the show on the road.
We
you
weren't
know what I'm
recording
saying?
while we were in the room. It was only when
If
we were
anything,
out
we
the
were offloading footage and whatnot. The
Offloading.
uploading though is crazy.
offloading footage.
Y'all was getting some
Offloading
footage off,
footage.
huh?
I didn't say, oh, yeah, we was offloading each other, nigga, getting each other off. It's like, nigga, no, we were in there prepping for the next day of work.
Prepping.
But it was kind of awkward when we walked into that room and we're just like,
It's like we walk in, it's just like,
It was
damn,
a
you
closet,
get,
bruh.
You get one window that's facing like some alley, and then
Y'all walking in both drunk into the room, just looking at each other like,
it's just
hey,
like
bro.
one bed and like, nigga,
no, when we first got there with our luggage, you know what I'm saying? Like checking in and
It's like,
shit.
oh damn.
It was just like, because it's like making your homie sleep on the ground. I'm just like, bro,
Yeah.
you know, we'll
Getting
just
If we had like a
man.
sleeping bag or something, like I really
Okay.
wouldn't mind.
one's
It's
underneath
like,
the covers
nigga,
and one's not.
Who got in the bed first? Who was the first one to get on the bed? Who was like,
I don't
hey, bro,
remember who the
you
first one to-
could get. Oh, so it was him.
Yeah, I was. I'll take that. That was me. I
And you
said-
were like, hey, get off that floor, man, and get in this bed.
that's crazy. That's
the way he tries to make it sexual is nuts.
Like,
Because
that's
I'm not
wild.
being a good homie by doing that.
You invited him to bed.
I didn't invite him. I was just like, all right, it's a conversation. Everything's a conversation, right? You got to communicate
I'm trying to,
properly.
fly on the wall. Let me know how the conversation went.
I'm sitting down. We walk in, and we're looking at each other like,
It's
all
like,
right, like
you realize the situation where it's like, damn, we got to figure this out. Like, all right,
it could
nigga,
either be
are we-
you get the bed one night or I get the bed the other night, or it could just be like, all right, bro, let's really man up. You know, it's not like I grew up with my brothers, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you never had to share a room with your brother, share a bed
I
with
shared
your
a
brother.
room, not a bed. Nah.
You've never shared a bed with the homies, pause?
Nah,
No,
bro.
hell no.
Nah, it's because it's because he comes from.
I know the fucking white man is gonna be like, he comes from privilege. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
I'm just saying.
I'm
it's
saying,
crazy.
if you never shared a bed with a homie, that is
Yeah,
kind of
it's
privilege.
like-
I ain't
it's
gonna
like
hold you.
you never had to
nigga, I've had sleepovers with
Shit.
homies. It's like, nigga, it's nigga,
Why
that's
did
just what
Trev
it
try to
is.
play me like the white man though? He's like,
It's head to
'cause
toe.
you know him. This
Yeah,
nigga,
I mean,
you know
that's
what
what
I mean?
that's what it
you're
sounded
saying. This
like.
is what I'm getting from this convo, bro.
Like we had
never
bunk
had a
beds
share,
and
bro?
shit. For sure.
Damn,
we
y'all
had bunk-
niggas had bunk beds.
See, I grew up with bunk beds too. So
What?
see, that's crazy
Hey,
privilege.
niggas do
Hey,
over
that's why I
poverty
knew I
shit,
fucked
though.
with
Like
you,
nigga,
bro.
where I grew up, nigga, it was a lot of nigga head to toe with the homies or sleeping on the floor.
Bro, niggas be putting fucking like
Nigga,
roaches
I had
on
to
the
wear. I had to.
over-poverty,
It was
bro.
one of those like, nigga, I'm putting on multiple long sleeve shirts because we didn't have blankets and shit.
Bro,
you know what I'm
niggas be
saying?
like,
You never
niggas be
been there,
like,
bruh.
Bro,
You
that
never
shit
been
sounds
there.
stupid as fuck. Niggas be like, yeah, bro. Yeah, cause when I was young, bro, niggas ran out of hot water in the shower. Y'all
Type
niggas had a
shit.
shower, dog.
Damn
niggas had to
near,
go
like-
outside and hit the water hose, bro. Times was hard back then.
Nah,
You don't
nah,
come
nah,
from-
but it
that's
was
like,
like,
no
nigga,
hood,
that's
nigga.
like
Nigga.
hood. That's like hood shit, bro. You ever notice hood dudes love like flexing that shit? Like who
Yeah,
who had
bro.
the most struggle?
Yeah, like
See, for me,
yeah.
it's like nah. I'm not.
I
I'm just.
wanna-
I'm just observing that you didn't
Didn't-
struggle.
yeah, I'm not
So
trying
it's
to go
like, it's
struggle
not
for
like a-
struggle with a nigga. Like,
no, I'm not either.
I
I'm just
really didn't.
observing the fact that hey, you never.
You never struggled. Nigga.
Yeah, it's okay, bro.
I think my struggles were different because it's all perspective.
We're
your
different,
struggles?
or we're
What-
just not.
I mean, you
struggles.
look at. I mean, what if I was like, I didn't get a Maserati for my birthday. I only got a Porsche.
Then
maybe
that's
that's my
privilege.
struggle.
That's a that's not a
That's
struggle.
not a struggle.
That's a
That's
privilege.
still not a struggle.
Keep trying though.
That's-
We could tell.
I mean, I didn't get a fucking Porsche or a Maserati for my birthday, nigga.
What was your first car?
The Ford Mustang. I bought it with my own money,
It's
nigga.
like, yo, my first car was the Mustang.
I'm like, I
But
bought that
mine
shit.
was an old. It was an '89. Like nigga,
I had an
that
old
shit,
ass bucket.
I mean, that was the year.
my first car
It
was,
was a good. It was
You got the current year.
89. Look, he's trying to fuck with you. He's trying to say
Oh,
that
I
was
see.
that was new back then.
going right over my head.
That's a
It's
fly
like
shit, nigga.
Bad joke.
Nah, I mean, being a little brother though, you probably got a lot of handy downs, and you know what I'm saying.
I mean, yeah, I think that's
He's like,
that
no,
was
my clothes were new. You were probably the most spoiled one in the fucking fam.
still am.
Yeah, we could tell. That's what I'm saying. We could tell.
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
So
It's
you didn't
given.
have to share a bed on that New York trip with anyone.
no,
See, that's why I'm so
Yeah, see.
confused. Like, how did that work?
Yeah. How did you get that?
I'm with the higher ups, nigga.
So who was you?
I'm with the higher ups. Y'all,
He
y'all share a
produced.
bed.
See, he produces shit for himself.
Yeah.
On that trip, I remember you didn't fly with us. Took your
Ooh,
own shit.
I for sure didn't fly with y'all niggas. I heard it was a struggle on that plane.
Bro, I had to
I
sit
was
by Duno for
Jesus.
5 hours.
I was
Next to
cool,
which side of his
man.
body? The side that like died or the side that was still living?
I think the side that died.
Did you touch it?
I mean, I did.
you feel it?
I did, but he couldn't feel it. So it's like, what the fuck are we gonna do? But I was actually worried for him, bro, because his sciatica fool.
That's crazy.
At what point did y'all know like Duno was struggling on the plane?
I wasn't sitting near him. I didn't
Nah,
find out
honestly.
until we got off the.
Yeah, that's when I found out where he's just like he wasn't feeling too good.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of crazy how no one really
Filmed it.
Gave a fuck.
like everyone just
They're
laughed.
either like, hey, take your ass to the hospital or nigga, get on with it because we gotta go to
Bro,
the.
we in New York, nigga. We got shit to do.
It was one of those like kind of hit the ground running type
Yeah.
situations too, though. But
Bro,
yeah,
New York
yeah,
was
it
so fun. I fucking love New York.
Yeah, New York was
Was that your first time out there?
first time. I did two,
Oh, shit.
well, three firsts.
You're New York.
Atlanta,
Jimmy, huh?
New York, and San Francisco.
Mm,
Well, actually, I went to San Francisco when I was little, but I just didn't remember it.
damn.
Yeah, I'm doing a lot of firsts. I've traveled out of the country a lot, but I haven't traveled like to a
Out
lot
the
of states.
country? Privilege. What countries?
like Belize, Peru.
Belize.
But why?
My family's from Belize. Whoa, you got to shade Belize?
I'm just saying, out of
stand
all
for
the
my-
places to fucking go
my
to, I would-
family is
that's
from
probably one of those
Belize,
places
nigga.
you go to only because you have family there.
no, nigga. A lot of people go to
Went
Belize.
there on my cruise.
Belize?
Yeah.
Cruise ship stop in Belize.
Or was it Belize? I'm pretty sure it was Belize. Where's that at? That's over there. Is that
That's
like,
like
off
Central America,
That's like. Is that off like the Gulf of?
Mexico.
Yeah. Is that over
It's
there
like
on like
towards
the
like the
Florida side?
bottom part.
You don't even
towards
know,
the Florida
bruh.
side. Fuck no.
Okay, nah.
You went to the
Belize.
Bahamas.
Nah, it wasn't
Bermuda.
Bahamas though. But we docked out of Tampa, so it was like we hit a few of those.
Wait.
islands.
So you have family in Belize?
Yeah, my
Really?
dad's from Belize. My dad's full Belizean.
What is that? Is that black or Latin?
It's Latin.
So you're not even full black. I got a title, man.
Hey, yeah, I was like, nigga, I'm over here talking about congratulations and happy Black History Month and all
Yeah.
this other shit, nigga.
Yeah, my dad looked like a black man.
So does he speak Spanish?
Yeah,
Or-
He's
fluent.
out here pump faking.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. You're like a West Coast, like what a Puerto Rican is to the East Coast. You're like that for the West Coast because Puerto Ricans, they get the N word off.
Yeah.
They could speak Spanish. They look black.
Yeah, for sure.
You're like that.
Niggas out here catfishing.
I'm not.
He's
I've
blackfishing. This nigga's blackfishing.
I've never claimed not to be an Afro Latino kid.
Nah, but you never claimed it. Like, you know what I mean? It's like you
Niggas never asked. What the fuck?
Hold
Nah.
on. So wait, you relate? So out of the Shame on You pod.
Yeah.
He's more on the Duno side.
Yeah, I was like, you're more on the Duno side.
No, I
He's
relate
on
to
the
everybody,
80s.
man.
Nah, but pick a side though,
dog.
black or
Back
brown.
on fig, black.
Damn.
Black.
How would your
So
dad
wait,
feel about that?
What is your
mijo?
mom? Your dad is full. Your dad is full Belizean.
Yeah.
What is your
Belizean
mom?
is fire.
Black.
That's a fire ass word.
Yeah, it kind of sounds
Belizean,
like Blasian.
huh?
Kind of sounds like Blasian.
That's what everyone says. They're like, oh, so you're Blasian? I'm like, I'm not Blasian at all. I'm Belizean.
Wow. So you can't speak Spanish or anything?
I can speak a little bit, not like fluently.
So
Enough
you're
to try and
half
game up a
Belizean,
dish.
half black.
Yeah.
I gotta see what a Belize person looks like. Like, I feel like I'm
They
not
don't have
privy
like
to
a
the-
face. There's Chinese Belizeans too.
I mean, in Peru, there's like
is
a
that?
whole bunch of different people.
If I showed you my cousin, you'd be like, this Chinese man is not your cousin.
Hold on, there's some feedback coming on the line.
Where the fuck? Oh, I put it under here.
Is your phone? Yeah, it might be your phone. Holy shit! So I did not know that about you, bruh. But it makes sense now.
It does. It makes a lot of
This
sense.
spoiled fucking mixed Belizean head ass.
I was like,
Hold on, what the
it
fuck?
honestly explains a lot.
Isn't
Now
your
that-
other half
especially now
white?
that I'm looking at it on a map too? I'm like, oh, okay.
And that's the thing. I should also let the record reflect. I'm not half Mexican. I'm only a quarter. I'm mostly white. But my white
You
side.
fucking fraud.
But my white side though is Italian.
That's
My-
white.
My dad is from New York.
Super white.
He's from.
Well, not the-
he's from
the-
the Bronx, but no, it's not super
Yeah,
white.
the Italian whites
We're like
probably
cool,
like the
we're
least
cool
white.
whites.
Yeah,
Are you
it's
full
kinda
black,
like-
Kelvin?
Yeah,
Just black and black.
I'm just black. I'm just a black ass nigga.
So let me ask you, if reparations came through and they said
100% me.
right, so if they said it was like $2 million per black person,
I'm up.
how much should I get?
I mean, it should only go to full black people, bruh.
I've been black this whole time.
And
though.
that is that crazy? Me
If-
saying that?
Yeah, it's like-
This
your
nigga wanna
mom,
dish
your
out the
mom
money
is good,
again.
but yeah, I'm like,
better
honestly,
ask
I
her for
think
some.
I don't think you should be entitled to the reparations. Your
Nah.
mom,
At all.
your mom, yeah.
I should get 0%.
You get like 10%.
But see, it's like now,
10%?
But honestly,
but
is
you
it
think
gonna-
about it, we start doing shit like that. It's like now there's like,
And
there's-
it's priority, right?
It's
So I
so
think
mixed
the
down,
full
like-
everyone who's fully black probably gets
they
the
should
chunk
get,
of the pie
I
first,
think
right?
they should get all of that, and if they decide to, you know what I mean, spread it down to their little
if there's anything
mixed
left.
homies, you know what I mean. That's what they decided to do.
Mixed
but
homies.
it's like, if we start breaking down the percentage, like, all right,
Hey, you're my mixed homie, bro.
every full black person gets 2 million, and it's like, okay, you're a quarter black, so you're only getting like you get 500,000, or like, what are we doing it like that? So it's like,
Okay, so if, you know, everyone talks about like if they won the lottery, how much they give to their homies. If you got reparations, how much would you give to Trevor?
I mean, it depends on how much I'm getting, but
You get
I'm
two
like,
And why would he give me money?
But I'm like,
isn't
I
the whole
don't know if
reparation
that-
thing
he's-
the
he's
white
up-
to black?
he's
not
up to
black
him.
to
I'm
white?
like,
Would he
I
even
don't,
look
I
out
don't
for
know
you?
if I.
Why-
'cause
why would he have
if
to
that's
look
the
out
case,
for
it's
me?
like, nigga, there's hella homies that I'd have to break off if we're doing it like that.
And he's got best friends that are black, so they're probably gonna get it more.
They're getting money too.
But they're
so
getting
you
money
don't,
too.
Yeah, you
but
don't
I'm
have to
like,
break
it's
off
one
the
of those
black
where it's
bread.
like, honestly,
No,
if
I think
if
that-
I fall into any type of crazy money like that, I feel like if I'm not giving the homie like actual cash dollars, like I feel like I would be giving them money or like
A trip to Belize.
equipment or like, yeah,
One
it's
bed.
like they're getting some sort
Or
of like
another bed, yeah, for
trickle
sure.
down type. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, nigga, we end up with more cameras in here, more. You know what I mean? It's like it might
getting
not
money
be.
back
it
to the
might
white
not,
man.
yeah,
I
it
like
might not
that.
be a
Getting
check.
money right back to the whites.
It might not be
Yeah.
a check. I mean, that's not even giving money to the whites. It's giving money
I'm
to
Mexican,
the homie that's
bitch.
Yeah, fucking 25%, nigga.
looking out for the homie that's, you know what I mean, been looking out for me. It's a team thing. You know what I mean? It's
I've
like
been-
it's a
I've been
business. You know what I mean?
You been rapping for the black people?
No. I was gonna say, what's like like the version of I've been, like they're called reparations.
Yeah.
Like I've been reparating.
Reparating the homie.
Oh my God. Do you feel like you have white privilege?
Yeah, for sure, yeah, bro. Because growing up, bro, I was always around like my black friends. I had mostly black friends. I don't think I really had white friends like that. And you know, they were just like tall dreadhead dudes who skated and shit like that, and they would definitely be treated differently. And it was fucked up to see and to observe and just be like, damn, like people do treat you different and look at you different. Not everyone,
Right.
but there were times where I'm just like,
Damn, like you could see it more than other times.
yeah,
where
it's
just
yeah,
like,
it's clear. It's just like it's
Yeah.
it's shitty as fuck. But that's where being the token white friend comes in. I
like, hey,
I
Trey,
talk
go-
to
go
him.
in.
I'll talk to him. What the fuck is up, bro?
Nah.
Hey,
the issue.
Yo, white kids be so fucking bold. Like that shit is crazy, bro. Like we know, like I hate it, but like we're kind of taught to like, yo, get in slave mode if the cops come around when we're younger. It's like cops come around, don't look them in the eye, keep your head down. No sir, I was just skating across this skate park here, and the white kid's like, the fuck is the problem? Why would you my
See,
buddies,
I
bro?
was always taught, to kind of respect the authority or the police. Like, all right, you get pulled over, don't take your seatbelt off, keep your hands up. Like,
Oh, you got
this is-
taught that too?
Yeah, of course. Because
Oh, okay.
I mean, I think no matter what race you are, you gotta. It should be handled like that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But the chances are he's gonna, the chances that the police officer is gonna be more lenient with me are way higher than someone who's is of color. But also too, I mean, shit, like, I don't know. I think like I don't know. Yeah, like just treat the cops with respect, and don't commit crimes. And if you are, bruh, keep your hands on the fucking wheel. Don't make any sudden movements. Because just think about how nerve-wracking it would be to be a police officer and have to pull someone over. And then to be racist and see a black guy there.
What's crazy is I got a homie who's a cop, bro. And like, I didn't know he was a cop at first. I used to like just play Call of Duty with the nigga. And then like niggas started playing consistently. I'm like, bro, what the fuck do you do like during the day? Like you just be gone as fuck. Like, and the nigga like dip out in the middle of the night. I'm like, bro, like what do you do? He's like, I'm a cop in Arkansas.
Damn, in Arkansas.
Arkansas,
too?
bro.
That's kind of wild.
Yeah.
How do you become your friend?
Just consistent playing
Narc?
Call of Duty, bro.
Yeah, more. No.
But yeah, bro, like that should be crazy because like, yeah, for sure, you kind of think like, damn, bro, from their perspective, niggas is going to a random ass car. Like, you don't know what's about to be over there.
Yeah, especially if you're already pulling them over. It's like, all right, I'm pulling you over for something that's like, in my mind, to be suspicious. You know what I mean? So I was like, all right, like I don't know what type of time this person's about to be on.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, you know some crazy shit I just found out? I know this is that's not off topic, I guess, it's Black History Month. Let's talk about, black shit. Y'all know Rosa Parks' husband owned a car?
No, I didn't even know she had a husband.
Why the fuck was she on the bus?
well, nigga, that
Maybe
don't
he had
mean
work
she-
that day.
Yeah, I was like, that doesn't just because your husband owns a car doesn't mean that. All right,
Honestly,
you're entitled to be getting the
bro.
rides and all this other
Honestly,
shit,
I feel like we should be thankful he didn't let her drive the fucking
Why?
car because then it's like there would have been no
there wouldn't have been that butterfly effect.
of like
Oh, the Montgomery bus boycott?
Yeah, there was
that
there was a crazy like meme I seen. It was like it was like not a meme, but it was like a fake like reenactment. Like somebody like, we wouldn't be here today. Like I celebrate Black History Month. Blah blah blah. It was like a white person talking there. Like my family played just as big of a role because
Nah,
my
that's
dad
not
was
what I'm saying,
Like
though.
my dad was that bus driver that told her to get her ass to the back. And they're like, we wouldn't have been here today if he didn't like. I was like, that's wild.
Hey, what's fucked up is I think the truth is that Rosa Parks wasn't the first person to do that, and she was just like, NAACP's industry plant. Like there was actually a 16-year-old girl who was pregnant who did it first.
We coming with conspiracies right now or facts?
I feel like a lot of.
I heard this is
wouldn't be
factual.
surprised. Yeah,
That Rosa Parks was like planted there to do it, and like I'm thinking,
well, I don't
how
know
long
if it's
she
like
ride that bus?
planted there, but I think like in general, like the civil rights movement, there was a lot of like, all right, they would meet up at a church and they would come up with like, I mean, it's just like with any like business or whatever. It's like, all right, let's strategize on ways that we can like get the movement going. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, the bus boycott, like either we're not riding it or like, all right, there's gonna be people that are like, like we got to start making these statements. Like the sit-ins at the dinner thing, it's like they had shifts where it's like, all right, these 5 people, they go and sit in at the diner.
Yeah.
You 5 are about to get arrested. Nigga, the next 5 go in and sit down. So I think it's like they had play set up. So I think she could have just been a player in one of the plays. Like,
Let's test your down for the causeness real quick, Kelvin. All right. Sitting at the diner, you're part of the crew, right? First crew goes in, and you're watching them from the door. And they take that hot coffee and they throw it on that nigga lap, and he just sits there and burns with it. And the cops come in, they beat the shit out of him, arrest him, and walk him out. And they're like, Kelvin, you're next, bro.
Let me go throw on an extra pair of pants real quick in this beanie. Like,
Hey, I gotta really shout out like our ancestors, bro.
nah, they went through some.
Because y'all went through some shit that I don't like.
And that's why it's like, not that I appreciate the jokes about it, but it's like it's a way to shed light to it now, and it's like I laugh at it, but it's like, nigga, these were like crazy real struggles
Like, that
that
shit's
people went
amazing.
through
Yeah.
for like, nigga, for the bare minimum.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
To eat here.
Yeah.
Like, you feel me?
Crazy
There was
shit.
that dude talking like, he was like, man, we finally sat down and ate at the place, and he was like, nigga, that food was trash. He was like, bruh, like,
White people can't even cook.
yeah, he was like,
that shit.
he was like, man, like, we went through all of this, and he was like, bro, I was not impressed.
Oh,
Like,
this shit had to be so horrible.
we
bro.
might have been
Like,
better off without it, you know?
Niggas try to go to fucking Uncle Jethro's barbecue. Finally got it, and it's raisins in the potato salad.
Yeah,
like
it's
you
one
should
of
be
those, like,
ashamed,
damn,
Trev. Like,
like-
fuck,
Bro, stop putting that on me. That's the thing. It's like, I'm telling you, we're Italian. We can cook. And I'm Mexican. It's like, I never had like white people food like that. We were having good shit.
Have you ever had bad, like super bad, like white food?
Yeah, of course,
sure.
bro.
There's like,
I haven't.
you said you haven't?
Nah, I never experienced that shit.
Lucky you.
Yeah.
Really?
I even went to like a high school with majority white kids, and never
We
like
could tell.
I never went to. Just fuck you. Got a great education. And then like I just never went to nobody's house for dinner. It's like, bro, I'm not eating y'all food. Or if I
Yeah,
did, like
nah.
niggas are.
But
ordering
what kind of
pizza and
friends
shit.
did you grow up with? Like, was it mostly black people?
Yeah, and like my Long Beach homies were all black, and then like up to middle school, then my brother went to go play lacrosse for Los Al in Orange County, and then I was like, all right, cool. Like they were like, yo, nigga, you can come over here too if you play a sport. And I was like,
To
cool.
Orange County?
Yeah.
And were there a lot of white people around there?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Because, bro, in SAC,
It's just a mix of everything. I'm
it's
gonna
not
lie
like,
to you,
it's
I-
not just
I had
all white
sorts of
school
friends. I
or
feel
like
like-
hella white people at a certain school.
I
There
feel like
are
not
those
even-
some
yeah.
schools.
I feel like I had like hella mixed friends in like school, but like growing up, as far as like the friends in my neighborhood, it was like all black friends pretty much. And then I made friends of like every type once I got to school, because it's like, all right, nigga, there's all sorts of kids in school. You know what I mean? It's like just interacting with everybody.
I'm
but
trying
like,
to think. I was friends with the neighbors.
growing up, like all my neighbors,
The
and-
neighbors.
and, like the neighborhood kids, it was just all niggas.
Neighbors
No,
or neighbors?
neighbors.
Okay.
Like, neighbor.
So the neighbors.
Yeah, or skateboarding brought me a lot. Like brought me
Friend
together with a lot
diversity.
of friends. But I'm telling you, bro, Sacramento is hella diverse.
Was skate
Yeah.
culture like big in Sac?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's great. It was big in Long Beach too. So
For
I
sure.
grew up skating. Just not good at it.
Yeah, I was like, I grew up around skate homies, but I never skated.
You were
I
posing?
appreciated the culture.
How would you describe his style? Hooper / skater / what was
Yeah, like now I'm looking at it because I'm like, okay, Trev dressed like a skater. I don't know what the fuck you dress like.
It's good.
What do you dress like?
A GTA character.
That's pretty good too.
Yeah.
All right, what is like what is the like the 5-year plan for 6? Like, where do you see yourself in 5 years, bro?
Right here.
On this couch?
No, I'm playing. Pause. Like.
Nah, I
sleeping in
mean,
your
because
house,
that's what I'm
like-
saying. We could see how, like I said, we could talk later about the filling up the mics and shit. But
Oh, so you're saying like you want me like, oh, Trev's home for boys.
I don't know how
The new
Jack would
Jack's
feel about
house?
that. Nah, you can't live here. But
Hey,
you
you know
can
what's
pull
really
up.
funny? Cause damn, Jack is like Professor X, man.
Who's Professor X?
Well, so you guys are just a bunch of special kids.
We're a
that-
bunch of like talented ass kids, bro. And I think Jack is just like the leading force behind this shit, where he's just like, yeah, let's just piece together a bunch of talented ass people and make something happen. Like the boys' home, like it sounds pause, but like the
sounds
reality of what
crazy
goes
pause.
on in that house is like,
Hey,
bro,
yo.
it's a lot of like dope creation going on in that shit. Like
I mean, yeah, it's a content house. It's like
yeah, like a normal day, like to me, like the first time going over there, it was like crazy. Like niggas making music in the garage, videos being filmed in the middle level, and then music going on upstairs.
yeah, that was strategic, bro. You fell for the trap.
Yeah, they set me up like that.
Now
Bro,
you in there.
it was the wine and dine. He's like, he
Yeah.
let everyone know, hey, everyone look like you're gonna be on some shit. We're gonna have a new boy come in.
Make them feel welcome.
Damn, and now New Boys only come on Wednesday. We're doing Shame on You. Fuck.
Think about it, man. Think about it, bro. He's a salesman first. Can't really make it feel like
Now he
they're
got you in there strolling around with your doonies out.
My
on live stream.
Dooney's out is crazy. Damn.
But Jack doesn't even live there, right?
Nah, hell no.
So-
That's the other misconception. That niggas think that Jack
That's
lives there.
crazy.
But the nigga has his own crib.
Oh God, that'd be wild if he lived there.
Nah,
I think that would change a lot.
that would definitely change the whole.
Boys, good morning.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I mean, it's like,
making
bro.
eggs and shit.
Not even like on that tip, but although that's funny, I would just think people would get annoyed. Like people would get way more annoyed of each other, because it's like, all right, first it's like
just be on some grown-up
someone
shit,
who's
like-
kind of like a boss figure, not really.
Yeah. Well,
Like
not
he's not
just
your
like-
boss, but you
just
take
like-
direction from him. He
Yeah.
tells you,
Yeah.
hey, can you do this or that? Imagine him doing that and then coming home and him telling, hey, bro, why is there dishes in the fucking sink, bro? Take care
There's
of
like
that.
there's no like release from that.
Yeah, and I
for
know you
sure.
love the releasing. You like to release over there.
I release a lot over there, man.
So how many boys are living there?
Okay, these are grown ass men in this fucking house.
You just called it Jack's Boys House.
I know, because that's
you
been the
should-
name of it.
Jack's
but like,
House for Boys or something.
But how
You're
many
a
boys in
flip-flopper.
that house is crazy.
Yeah, flip-flopper.
It just sounded weird.
Hey,
I'm the
man.
youngest. I'm the youngest out of the men in that house.
How many men are sleeping there?
In total, counting me, there's 3. There's Angelo, myself, and Days.
And it's a big ass fucking house. It's 3 stories.
That's 3 stories.
I mean, but it's like 2, because that first floor is like the garage. Like it's
We
not
use
really-
it as a whole set.
But,
That shit could be a
it's
room.
like nigga.
That shit could be a room.
I mean, any garage can be a room, but like if we're breaking it down, if it's on Zillow, you're not saying, "Oh, we got this 3-story house."
Yeah, nah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Nah,
Like,
for sure not.
it's a big space. If we're talking like in total square footage wise, like you definitely you guys make the most of the house. For
Yeah,
sure.
for sure.
Yeah, they have to, or else they get kicked out. What the fuck you think this
Yeah.
is? Man? Y'all gonna work for your
Y'all
slot?
better use every square inch of this motherfucker
every-
around here. Make that content, nigga.
Make that shit.
Jack he pulls up. So how much content y'all niggas make today?
Nah.
No, that's actually how.
That's
I'm pretty
with the
sure that's
belt
how.
in his
I mean, if it's a content house and ain't no content being made, nigga, like
Better get down there and
you
sing,
in there
nigga.
bullshitting
Nah,
for sure.
But answer the question, bro. Where you about to be at in 5 years, bro? What kind of content you trying to
Where
make,
do you see
man?
yourself?
Where is this going 5 years? Still for sure with Figmunity World making shit happen. This is the biggest shit in the West Coast, bro. Like you said it, and I hope niggas never forget that shit, bro. Like this shit is the biggest shit in the West Coast, bro. But definitely expanding with that, but also expanding with my own shit and my own streaming shit, and like doing what I set out to do on that side as well. Moving into like
The
Kai Zone or like a like Bruce Drop 'em Off, like those kind of content creators where like they're just doing their own thing as well as being a part of a crew.
the live stream shit though.
Yeah, definitely the live stream shit too. I'm doing more.
I mean, you already are part of a fucking live stream crew if you think about it.
I'm still doing the vlogging content. I definitely picked up my old camera because I saw some like old vlogs that I used to have from like 5 years ago, and I'm like, shit, like I low key used to love this shit when it came to like vlogging. I was talking with T-Rell about this shit, and I sent him a picture. It was me, and I was interviewing Shane Mosley on the vlog, and I was like, bro, I had a big ass interview 5 years ago when I was like fucking 17, and I didn't notice like how blessed of a position I was in, because like even before this I was working with my stepdad in radio, so it's like shit, like I've been able to be in a lot of dope ass rooms, and like back then I definitely didn't use it, and now that I'm older, for sure I'm utilizing like every moment.
Oh wow, so you have family in media space.
Yeah, for sure.
Ultimate privilege, bro. We are not the same.
Silver spoon ass nigga.
Super, man. Silver Spoon 6, man.
Nah, that's kind of tight. I mean, speaking of vlogs, you guys, what's up with the numbers on the board shit? Didn't you guys just drop a vlog?
Yeah, so Numbers on Board just dropped the Clippers vlog. That shit was lit. It was a good ass time, man. It was just cool to like just experience a vlog with everyone who's not considered like, you know, main cast. Like just to see how niggas interact with each other when there's not somebody who like I mean, you know, like if it's gonna be T-Rail Numbers on the board, you know who the camera's supposed to be on mainly, right? Yeah. And so just when there's that confusion of like, okay, who's gonna be the front runner of this thing? Like it was cool to just see niggas show their own like individual talent without a full front runner.
Until
on
y'all start fighting, till y'all all start trying to be that
I'm
lead.
the number
I
one.
feel
Nigga.
like-
You see the comments, nigga.
Even with that, like
or
even with
the
that-
thumbnail, bro. Sometimes people will get upset where it's like, bro, you didn't even put me on the thumbnail.
Yeah,
and it's like,
I didn't
hey,
know about that.
That's bro. It's really like what I've learned. It's like, bro, you gotta have 2 or 3 main people on. Any more than 3 people on the thumb is gonna be It's too much.
gets
You gotta just
hectic.
go for the clicks.
Yeah.
Like,
So it was funny because I was on the thumbnail for the numbers on the board vlog.
yeah, I seen you were.
And so
Right
I
there
was
in the
like,
middle.
right? No, I seen it, and then
He made
I
it,
read
that's
the
why.
comments, and I was like, one of them was like, "Oh, it's so funny how Six edited the vlog to revolve around him, and then put himself on the thumbnail." And I was like, "Nigga, I don't edit or make thumbnails for Fig Community World."
But
So
you
I'm
just
like,
instructed
shit.
him to do that.
But you produced it.
For sure did it. That's the crazy part.
He
That shit's wild.
I didn't
was
put
like,
myself
I was
on there, but
damn, I didn't even know that shit.
Oh, God.
Like that it was that important to people, like the thumbnail shit. I've been left off a lot of thumbnails and never like, hey, why am I left off, or put me on the thumbnail? Like,
But people do get mad though.
why? It's a thumbnail. You're in the full video. When a nigga clicks the video, they gonna see your goofy ass. Why are
do
you mad
think-
about a thumbnail?
Okay, let's dive deep on this. Why do you think people? Do you think it's what insecurity? Is it entitlement? Is it
Depends on the person.
maybe because
It's
they
an
actually
ego.
deserved it?
It could be
And who says you deserve?
I was
to
gonna
be on
say
the
that part
thumbnail?
right there. Who like? How do you deserve a thumbnail?
Depends
I
on what
think
did
if you
the
bring in the
video.
views, I'm like, you know.
But
what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
look at where we're at right now. I would just let's speak just strictly Fig Community World wise. If any of us go on Fig Community World and we're doing a vlog on Fig Community World, we're in front of the camera, we're all like guests on this channel. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but there's higher ups. That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying, right? If it's all higher ups and you're not on the thumbnail, like,
Oh
nigga,
yeah, that's gonna.
you
that's
wasn't
gonna
you
come.
wasn't supposed to be on the thumbnail, nigga. The fuck, like,
Yeah.
you was just here.
But that's what I'm saying. Determining the hierarchy between
Non-higher ups. It's not a hierarchy. It's a big ass circle. Getting where you fit in. dog.
until you guys go to fucking Clippers arena and you guys gotta fucking post your content.
So
you know what I'm
okay.
saying?
So with that theory, me being in the middle, what does that mean in your definition?
Man, of course you're trying to be the star of the show, man.
I'm
But I'm
not
Tiny
try-
in that shit.
Well,
He
wait.
it should have been Tiny and no one else.
Just Tiny.
Not Tiny and Hove.
Oh, so you're saying that Tiny and Hove had a problem with not being a thumbnail? Who was in thumbnail next to me?
I don't know. I'm honestly just talking shit. I'm just going based on.
I'm really curious now because I like this
seen
little
it.
theory you're building up here.
See, nah, all he knows is I'm on the thumbnail.
I'm
That's
on
all
the
that
thumbnail.
matters.
I know
all
because
that
I know
matters.
because it's an important comment to somebody. But
I
let's see.
think it really is more on if your team is on the same page.
Oh, Tiny's on the thumbnail. It's Tiny, me, and Jack. And I don't think Hove's the type to like have a problem with it. Like Hove is just like, nigga,
Nah,
I'm here
I
to
don't
play for
think
the team,
any of
yeah.
them are gonna have a problem with it. I just
You know what niggas did have a problem with?
what
That lazy comment. That numbers on the board, lazy shit.
with the Eli
with
thing?
Eli, man.
Woo! I saw that. I was like,
So-
oh.
I just wanted to
Yeah,
ask y'all, like, as far as like, you know, from a production side, how would y'all have approached that conversation if you feel like
You got to give me the context in the background. I'm
so
Yeah, break
so
it down.
Eli had came on it back on Fig. We had started talking about numbers on the board, and he pretty much was like, you know, I feel like niggas aren't giving their 100% to numbers on the board, and like pretty much dropped something along the lines like saying like niggas were lazy or something like that, and then members of the cast started calling in and didn't appreciate that comment. From a production standpoint, like, how do y'all feel about that? Was he wrong for saying that? Should he have said it differently? Like, how do you express to cast that like more effort should be put in?
So I feel like if you guys are strategically marketing your shit and you guys are all in and you guys know, hey, bro's gonna go on and say this or whatever, then it's all good. But me personally, I wouldn't call my team lazy in the public eye. You know, maybe behind the scenes I'm saying that. But I mean, to keep like team morale up and shit like that, I'm not gonna really try to talk down or say they're lazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't use
think,
the word lazy.
Yeah, I
but
think.
I'd also like my fault.
No, keep going.
I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't even speak on like a topic of that sort if we didn't have a conversation prior off camera. You know what I mean?
I mean, we have for sure. We've had like not to where like and the way we boiled it down on the last episode of Numbers on the Board was like it wasn't like it kind of got misinterpreted because at the end of the day, the way I explained it too was like we all wear the same jersey at the end of the day. We're on the same team. If I'm going out and I'm Eli and I'm like, hey, y'all lazy, I'm talking about myself as well. And I told him
Right.
that same shit. And he was like, yeah, bro, for
sure.
sure. He's like, there was no doubt in my mind that I was talking about myself as well, like as a part of this team. Cause like if the team's lacking and you got to speak on the team, are you willing to do that? Even though they're going to look at you and be like, nigga, you making us look crazy,
Yeah,
bro.
because also too on the other hand of that, it's like if we are a team, I should be able to critique you.
For sure.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. It's like it depends on how close you guys are because it's like some of those conversations you can still have on camera because it's like bruh, like this isn't going anywhere regardless. Like we should be able to talk to each
But
other.
lazy
like this.
just leaves a bad taste in people's mouth.
For
though.
sure.
But sometimes you gotta give it to them. You gotta
But
give it to
I'm
them
like,
like that.
honestly,
Not because- I
but
mean,
sometimes it leaves a bad taste in your mouth because that could be the case. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes shit hits harder because there is kind of that like.
It's like that hardcore coach.
Yeah.
Who really
Yeah, it's
calls
like
you
that,
shit.
yeah,
Like,
it's like
you
there's-
fucking
there's
suck
like-
at the game.
There's,
all
there's a
this.
level
for
of
sure.
truth to it to where it's like, all right, it actually does kind of cut. Like, nigga, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
We've all had that coach where it's like you play in the
For
game, bro, and you just like you for sure have been out there like
He making
lacking.
like nigga, you're
he's like,
playing
bro,
like
you
a
play
bitch
like-
right
yeah,
now.
you play like shit, nigga. You
This
suck.
nigga number 30 is out there bullying you,
Yeah.
and he's making you look like a pussy right
For
now. And it's
sure.
just like there's a level of truth to it to where it's like, nigga, like
All right, but what if? Okay,
You gotta say
I
it
feel
like
you.
that.
Yeah.
But is Eli seen as the head coach?
If he's the if Eli is
I don't
producing-
know. I don't know behind the scenes.
So here's if Eli's
I feel like he's
producing
like
the show,
like assistant coach.
as not with numbers on the board. I would
Okay.
say that Eli head coaches numbers on the board. I might GM numbers on the board, but Eli for sure head coach number on the board. Where it's like he's running the boards during the show. He's definitely taking the helm on numbers on the board. Where I'm like, cool, you have a vision for this shit, and I think that numbers on the board is a growing show and it's going to continue to grow and continue to be great. To where it's like, dope. I want you to grow with this baby because you're growing as well as a producer in this space.
Damn, yeah. See, I was thinking like you're the main guy behind the scenes on that. So I'm looking at it like, all right, I could see why people might be upset that Eli
just speaking on it like that.
exactly, or just saying it like that. You know what I'm saying? But shit, and also too, I feel like if I already told you that behind the scenes, and I'm just repeating what I said on camera,
And I would
it's
say
a little less.
I would say he
like-
repeated
yeah,
the exact
no.
word lazy though. I don't want to give off that impression that he's like has said like, "Hey, y'all niggas being lazy." And then
Yeah.
he said on camera, and they're like, "Bro, why'd you say that?" Nah, he ain't used the word lazy behind the scenes. But I think it being on camera in general, as well as that word, probably is what rubbed people the wrong way.
For sure. Don't call me lazy. I'm showing up. Even if I show up, don't call me lazy, man.
But if you're not giving you 100%, somebody got to call it at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we talked about being stagnant, and like at some point, niggas gonna realize like y'all work together a lot. If Kelvin stops giving full effort,
No,
there
I
has to be a
expect
point where you're
the-
just like, "Hey, bro,
Yeah,
the fuck is
conversation.
going
Pick
on?"
it up.
Yeah,
That's how I would have said. I'd be like, yeah, we just gotta, go a little harder. That's how I would say it.
Then when he goes out-
The way you say shit is super important.
For sure.
And I mean, what vocab you use?
yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it depends on the relationship though, because I feel like sometimes like the harsher the words, like it can kind of help light that fire. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like
exactly.
sometimes,
But
like
you
some-
gotta know that person
for sure
to understand. Like, yo, I'm gonna say this, and it is
I
gonna
know
get
that's
some
not-
sort of reaction.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that's the ultimate goal in like bringing an issue up. Right, is to get some sort of
It's either to get to the bottom of something or to like
to get some sort of action happening.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
So do you feel like that like lit the flame under people's asses or what?
I think it woke up the crew as a whole, just as far as like, okay, bet like if we really want to do this shit, like we're talking about us and niggas talking about numbers on the board ain't performing well, and then, like I think even me as well is like, all right, bet like let's make something happen. So it's a lot of shit is coming in the works for numbers on the board.
And two, the content game is so kind of warps your perception on reality because also if you're looking at it as a content creator, he said it in front of 8,000 live viewers.
Yeah,
You guys, it was clipped. It was a whole promo run.
Right,
for
exactly.
Fucking numbers on the board.
Yeah.
And it's like, sometimes you need that conflict.
Right.
You need those real life situations to fucking build up your show.
and then we got the views in the next episode,
And the vlog.
and the vlog dropped.
See, I don't know shit about sports. That's why I'm just.
Yeah, I was
like,
gonna
don't
say
really
like
know.
what kind of prompted the numbers on the board? Like, is it everybody's sports background or like what?
I think
Why
what
hasn't Kelvin been invited?
Yeah.
That's pretty much why he's asking, bro.
I mean, it's an open
was
invite,
gonna be my
Kelvin.
next
Close
question.
closed mouths don't get fed, man.
But hey, bro, don't be lazy though.
Aren't you an Eagles
No
fan?
facts. I am.
You should have been quiet this season, right?
Nah, maybe the last month and a half I could have been quiet.
Yeah,
but for sure leading up to that, hell no, nigga, we were 10-1.
No, yeah, y'all were doing great during the main season.
What's your team?
Playoffs. I'm always support LA, so it went Rams and then.
I
Hey, yikes.
Yeah.
That's crazy talking about the Eagles
But you
when
see how
these
it's quiet.
niggas didn't.
You see how nobody knew my team. You feel me? I knew your team. I just kept it quiet. I was at the
Nobody
Niners.
knew your team because there's nothing to speak on about your team. You know what I
I
mean?
thought you were a
You can
Niners
speak about-
fan.
Yeah, see, the fact that somebody thinks you're a Niners fan says
Cause
a
I was
lot.
at the
That's
Niners
crazy.
party. I see where you going with this. I see.
No, I know. I mean, he's around T-Rail. He kind of morphs to what?
I gotta know this too, man. What does that even mean?
What you mean?
Like, you think I'm just like slowly but surely like turning into T-Rail?
No.
Well, no, I think
it's
you
like,
were
okay,
a baby T-Rail, and now you're kind of starting to grow into your own.
Yeah, you're becoming your own man.
What
Yeah,
what
man.
baby T-Rail things
Experiencing-
was I doing?
Huh?
What baby T-Rail things was I doing?
Just like similar joke style, like anytime you'd say a funny comment, you'd look over at T-Rail to see if he's like, if he approves.
Yo, there's no way.
Come on, man.
There's no way.
And it's like, yeah, it's like he's a Niners fan. You're like, you know what?
Seen you wearing a whole lot of red all of a sudden after the fact.
I don't even own anything that's red.
you
What else
borrowed
can I
it from
come up
him.
with?
Let me borrow your Niners jersey.
The old ones, though.
The old one.
Yeah, because you know he got some fresh ones.
It's got his last name on the back.
You wouldn't fuck with that?
No,
You're
nigga,
like a
what the
little
fuck?
you're junior T-Rail.
That should be
Yeah.
throwing me off because I'd be like, I don't see it at all.
Start saying a whole lot of like, I heard a whole lot more like yearn and means out of you.
Yeah,
and
that'd be
whatnot.
crazy. I think that's when it would be out of pocket. If I come in here, I'm like, yeah, we on motherfucking out of focus, you know what I mean? We motherfucking like. Then it's like,
I was like you
all right,
first time on the news, though.
Never, never. I don't even remember my first time on the news.
Yeah, because it was a fucking traumatic experience.
Crazy. He's buried that one deep.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. You know what's traumatic though? Episode 1 of Numbers on the Board, bro.
Why?
Because I was on it and I was like, I ain't watched none of these games.
Oh, they were hating too.
So that's another tough thing. I'm like, when
I
it
took
comes to,
myself
like,
off Numbers on the Board.
sports. Because you guys talk about every sport, or is it just like sports that you guys are
It
interested
started
in?
off every sports, and then we kind of like, there's so many basketball games, and niggas not watching all them games, bro. We're not about to talk about this shit.
Like game by game. You'll talk
Yeah.
about the sport as a whole, but not necessarily like a.
Yeah, and I think that's why it was so great to like when the football shit came, and that's why I think Friday mainly stopped. Was just really football was so hype, and we were getting such great numbers on football, and like I mean, you could watch all the football games in a day.
Right.
And then talk about how all of them went. Like it was like, okay, cool. Like why don't we do football?
Yeah.
And then we didn't end up rotating the cast just because the cast clicked so well. But going forward, you'll see a lot more rotation coming from Numbers on the Board.
Yeah, you have to, right? Like you can't have a fucking sports show and only talk about one sport, right?
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
it's
Yeah.
seasonal. It's like,
Yeah.
all right,
For
what
sure.
happens?
I mean, you can, but it's like that's where it gets tricky as far as like keeping it fresh, because it's like now, it's like the content isn't as good, but it's like you can still switch it up. It's like if it's just an NFL show, it's like now you're having to like talk about like college prospects and looking forward to the draft and like, you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
it's shit like that, but it's,
And it's
like
only you can't talk about
Super
that for 2
specific.
hours.
yeah, and,
And
exactly. I was like,
holding
it can
attention.
get kind of stale. That's why I was kind of curious because it's also like I love sports, but I'm not like privy to like every sport. So I'm like,
Yeah.
if it's a sports show where you guys talk about everything, it's like I'd be very quiet during like a baseball segment or
Yeah,
like something like that. Or it's
exactly.
like I wouldn't really have anything knowledgeable to speak on. So I'm wondering,
And that's
like,
where-
is
that's where the
is it
rotation's
like you
important.
guys stick on like sports that you guys know
Yeah.
about, or is it just like, well, like, we'll
It's
kind of
always
like
better with
talk
background
about
too.
sports news in general?
Yeah, it's always better with background because like for me, like I'm gonna love to talk about UFC shit. I love to talk about boxing shit. Like
Yeah.
those are the topics where I'm going crazy on. Like let's do that all day. We can dabble with basketball. I'm like just starting to like football. Like the only reason why I started watching football in the first place was because I was doing Prize Pick entries. He was called FMW. So like that shit just was important.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I also too, I feel like one is having a sports show on a network like Fig Community World. The cards are already stacked against you because it's like, you know, your audience has to know about sports in order to even be intrigued about it.
For sure.
So you have that barrier to overcome just off
But it's
rip.
also like
Because it's like, and
Yes
then on
and no,
top
but
of
I
that,
feel
you
like
have the general like podcast problems or things you got to overcome. Like, all right, who's lead mic? Who's more entertaining? Let's
Yeah.
gel as a fucking.
for sure. I feel like
cast.
those are some of the bigger issues. Because I'm like, as far as the audience, like I feel like Fig Community World and like back on Fig, like majority of the audience is like niggas and just like nigga shit. So I'm like, the majority, like niggas like some sort of sports, whether it's like basketball, football, baseball, like something like. I feel like I'd say a slight majority probably played or watched sports to some extent.
I just think I don't know, man. That shit just hard.
I think even me, bro, like I'm gonna listen to a nigga talk about football before I listen to a nigga talk 2 hours about basketball. At some point, I'm gonna be like, all right, bro, shut the fuck up. You gotta stop.
But even just on that, it's like, okay, one, it's like you guys don't have a person that's like a pivotal part of the channel, right?
Right.
So like you don't have a T-Rail, an AD, a Duno. You know, you're working over that barrier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
On top of that, talking about something that
It's niche.
yeah.
But I mean that's also what makes it great though, because if this show thrives without a main pivotal cast member, like that's what makes all this shit so cool, that we have so many people that are in Fig Community World. Because if these shows thrive without a pivotal cast member, it's like, bro, we're just making more and more pivotal cast members.
And I also think too, on the other hand of that, it being a sports show does help in the sense where you don't have to rely on that main pivot like, pillar, because
it's the topic.
It's a take. If I'm watching a sports podcast, it's because you have good takes, not because you're fucking
for sure. It's like
funny
your
ass
takes
right,
can
exactly.
turn you into like Stephen A. Smith. It's like he was just like any other personality broadcaster,
right.
but it was like his takes and
passionate.
how he presented his takes made him into a multi-million-dollar personality.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean? Like,
the passion behind your takes is what matters. Because it's like, if you telling me LeBron's great and I feel like LeBron's trash, and I just saw him play like absolute shit, the passion that I'm gonna have gotta match or even overpower the passion that you have in your argument, and that just in itself be making like those clips and making those moments more high energy, that makes a viewer want to like come check it out.
Yeah, but with sports, like I feel like you have to have a level of like you could have like a kind of wild take, but also when it comes to sports, like there's a statistical element to it, to where it's like it has to be like
it can't be some
reasonable.
bullshit.
It's like I don't
like
know.
a Flacco take.
Yeah,
Flacco,
like his
Flacco
takes
be having some crazy
his
ass
takes are
takes.
perfect for what he does, is because it's like he'll have the most outlandish takes,
he
but
got
it's on things that you
takes.
it's like
But
it's
they
on
come
things
out of
that
his
you can't-
mouth. Like that shit is so crazy.
Some things you can't quantify, so it's like he's able to have that take even though it doesn't make sense. It's like, bro, that's outlandish, but it's like you can't.
It's kind of more abstract.
There's no
numbers.
metrics for what it is he's
yeah.
saying. So it's like, I mean, that's really his opinion. Like he could actually have that opinion. You know what I mean? But it's like some sports takes. It's like there's no way you can say that because the stats say otherwise.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so off the sports talk, the seed has been planted, and have Kelvin on, please, because you know he's.
Y'all supposed to be helping out with some other shit with y'all too. So
I don't know. I don't know what happened with that. Maybe that's why you didn't get on.
Politics.
Well, nah, honestly,
politics.
I'm not even. We ain't even gonna air shit out. You know what I'm
You
saying?
just hit a lefty gunplay arm. That was kind of cool.
He said, "Y'all lazy."
That's crazy. Nah, it's a conversation we're gonna have off camera. But yeah, y'all might see me on Numbers on the Board.
Okay, yeah.
All right. I wanted to talk new music. Have you listened to the new Yeet?
I haven't yet, and you told me on Friday to listen to the new Yeet
Two
album.
people who haven't listened to the new,
And I for sure haven't.
because he's been getting a lot of hate, and I personally love the fucking album, and I think it was sick. I was watching Anthony Fantano, the Needle Drop review. He gave him an 8 out of 10, which
So
is
what is-
pretty fucking unheard of.
What is the hate on? Is it hate on Yeet, or is it hate on like the music, the album itself? Or like,
Right.
I mean, I think that's the same, right? It's like if you're hating on my album, you're hating on me.
I mean,
yeah,
just
but sometimes
Your
it's
art
like,
should be a part of you.
Nah, but sometimes it's like an album will drop and it's just like, honestly, like we just don't like this person. Like it's like hate on like,
But when
it's an
has-
attack
people
on the
love to hate
person.
shit.
Sometimes it's like, like this album just wasn't it for whatever the album's reasons were. It's like honestly, like it wasn't lyrical enough, or like the production wasn't there. You know, sometimes it's like, nigga, we want to see this artist fall off, so they're just hating on the artist. you know?
yeah, because niggas will drop shit and like niggas just got the mid button waiting. Got it
Yeah,
already tight.
it's like-
album dropped mid.
Yeah.
But I would just think, I thought Yeet was one of those artists where he didn't have to, he never experienced hate. I'm sure he has to that extent, but I'm saying like publicly, like in the comments.
Yeah, no, they wait for it. That's the shit
I
they
think
wait for.
this was the time though. It's, 'cause
Yeah.
it's like everything else that he's done before that he hasn't experienced a hate. So it's like it's one of those like,
Oh, you're due.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like people love to build you up to tear you back down. You know, so it's
For
like,
sure.
It's like Jack Harlow. It's like it was the same thing. It's like, oh, this white boy could rap. Like he's the next Eminem.
Yep.
Blah blah blah. And it's like, all right, you just start to get enough praise. It's like, all right, this nigga's not that nice. You know
sit
what I
down,
mean?
nigga.
His next album that drops, it's like, nigga, this is before it even drops. This isn't gonna be it. You know what I mean?
And then it dropped, and niggas was like, nah, Jack Harlow, you kind of missed with this one. I was like, y'all didn't listen, bro.
Yeah, I'm
it's
like,
actually cool.
I think it's one of those things. You know, I haven't listened to it yet, so I can't give like my true personal judgment of the album. But I think it was that point where it's like Yeat hasn't quote unquote missed yet, and he was still like very much like vibrating up the charts, you know, into where it's like now it's like
Time to miss.
Yeah,
but
like,
the sound,
let's-
he switched up his sound.
oh really?
That's the other thing where it's like, and I think Zias had posted about this on Twitter. And he was like, bro, it's the same pattern with every artist. The artist comes out with a new groundbreaking sound. We're all like, bro, we fuck with this. And then he does another album. It's like, this nigga can't lose. And then he does the third album, and it kind of hits, and we kind of fuck with it. And they're like, all right, switch up the sound, nigga. This all sounds the same. Then he switches the sound for you niggas, and they're like, this shit is trash, bro. This niggas fell
I
off.
feel like it goes one way or the other because sometimes it's like you can drop that third album with the same sound and niggas are gonna say that's what I'm like. Niggas are gonna say that regardless. Sometimes it's like you'll drop it and they'll be like, man, this nigga, it sounds the same as his first two albums. I'm off of it, or oh, now this nigga switching it up and it don't sound nothing like the shit that I
But
love. I'm off it. You
the
know?
same things happened to Lil Baby and Roddy. I think it was in 3 or 4 albums.
Yeah.
Roddy goes that first breakout album. I forgot the fucking name of it. Then he goes, "Excuse me for being antisocial." Then after that, he goes with the other one with the little
fast living or something.
fast life or something like that. And they're like, "Ah, Roddy, this ain't it, bro." And it's like, this is shit y'all niggas love the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always like it's a risk to change the sound, but also as an artist, you have to change the sound. You have to evolve. You know, like those, like Mac Miller, bruh. His first fucking
for sure.
tapes didn't sound like his last tapes, but I loved all his projects. But
I
also,
think-
I grew with him as an
For
artist.
sure, and I think it's that. I think it's that more than anything. I think it's more so like the artists need to just make sure they're always creating art for themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
definitely.
think that's where a lot of it gets lost because I'm like, they get this fan base and now they're trying to put a finger on what their fans want and they try and make that, and that's where you end up in this like weird
chasing your tail type shit.
I mean, the same thing happened with
Yeah.
videos. You can do that with
Like,
videos,
and that-
with anything.
for
anything
sure. And
creative,
that's why
I
I'm
think.
like, whatever you're feeling like expressing creatively, I think that's just what you have to get off. You can't. There's no way to guess what the audience wants because there's so many.
but I mean,
Like there's a vast amount of wants. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like no audience wants the same thing, so it's like you have to create that want
and
or
even
what they want.
even that is like crazy because I mean we like as niggas who work the back end of the content field too, like we're watching analytics and we're watching what people are going to and what they're drawn to, and even doing that we could lose ourselves and run the wrong side because analytics is for sure always a gamble. Making the title like similar to someone else's doesn't mean that it's going to yield the same views. It might even yield less views because like if you start going viral tomorrow and you're like, all right, cool, bet. Let me stay on this path. And it's like, all right, cool, we're getting a little stagnant, bro. I'm trying to hit the next level. Okay, what are the niggas bigger than me doing? And you start doing that over there, they might be like, bro, it's a fall off. Like, this is not what we came here for. And it's the same thing with music where they're like, okay, they're following the views and they're following the reviews of their music. And it's like, nah, bro, they came there because of the shit that you were originally making, the fact that you were just following you. Like, the thing that I love about, like, the fact that I've grown with, like, Tyler, the Creator, as one of my favorite artists is, like, he started off
He's a good example, too.
on some crazy shit. Like,
Yeah.
I was getting in trouble by my mom for listening to Tyler. She was like,
sure.
bro, what the fuck are you listening to? And then, like, now I'll play Tyler for her. And I'm like, yo, remember like, I was getting in trouble like for this nigga? She's like,
He's gay
this
now.
ain't- She's like, and so she's like, there's no way it's the same artist. Like, this nigga's hard.
Yeah.
And so it's just like Tyler, Yachty, like artists like that who've just stuck to them
Yeah.
end up winning. So even with making content, making music, or like any kind of art, just do you.
Yeah. I mean, all right. So I was listening to the album, and this fool has like 17 tracks, right?
Shit, that's also the thing I don't like.
And
Well,
let
how
me see.
long is it?
He's
'Cause
got
sometimes
he's got
like-
20. He's got 24 tracks.
God.
It's called 2093. So he's like going to the future or whatever. He's got Drake and he's got Wayne on it, along with Future.
Shit.
My question for y'all: rank those features. Who would you guys rather want? Is a Drake feature in 2024 the same as a Lil Wayne feature in 2024?
No,
My take,
as far as like, go ahead, give your take.
I mean, I feel like a Wayne feature does not hit like that anymore.
No, yeah, I think it goes Drake, Future, Wayne. I think Wayne it's like a legacy act type thing. It's like Wayne can still rap, but as far as like the way his raps resonate now, totally different than like fucking 2010 Wayne. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you have a 2010 Wayne feature. It's like that's like Drake now. You know what I mean?
For sure. I think the Wayne feature, I'm just looking at like from how artists have done after getting those features. A Wayne feature is like, all right, bro, you still just Trev. You know what I mean? Like, it's still that. The Drake feature is like, oh shit, y'all niggas heard of Trev, bro. He got that Drake feature. But then they're really listening for how you sound comparable to Drake. The Future feature, a lot of niggas have had songs that featured with Future and then went on to like have really successful careers. I don't know if I want the Drake feature yet. I definitely want the Future feature right now.
Because also too, you run the risk of like the Jack Harlow thing where it's like, Drake might fucking wash me on my own shit.
Honestly, what you're talking about, like Churchill Down?
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like Jack damn near washed Drake. I'm not gonna hold you.
What?
Like,
Go back and listen to that.
I
verse,
listen.
bruh.
That's the reason why I said that, because it's like I heard it again and I'm like, honestly, I feel like Jack floated on that track a little better than Drake did. I think that was one track where they both really did their thing, but I think Jack, I don't know.
Don't get me wrong, it wasn't a
did
bad
his shit.
verse from Jack Harlow, but comparing it to Drake on my own song, it's like,
But you got Drake on your song.
and that's what I'm trying to say. It's like, all right,
It's a dangerous game.
Honestly, it's
like,
one of those things where it's like, honestly, not that I'm expecting to get washed, but it's like I'm doing it more for the look than anything. Like,
Right.
I'm not doing this to think that I'm really about to outperform Drake because
Yeah.
he's fucking Drake. But it's more so just like,
I'm here because nigga
you
on
know,
my
it's
song.
like, yeah,
dog.
it's like going to play with LeBron. You know what I mean? It's like I'm not expecting to be putting up these same numbers as LeBron, but you know, it's
It's fun to be on the court with this nigga.
I can do it with
fuck
LeBron.
that. Fuck
Of
that.
course, I would love to, but it's like, bro, like
I'm trying to watch Drake on
Drake.
all my shit.
Of
If
course
he's on
you
my
would
shit,
want
I'm
to. If you're not, then you shouldn't be in the game to begin with. But to expect it is crazy. You know what I mean? It's like there's a reason why Drake is Drake. You know,
because I mean,
it's because
shit.
he's not getting washed on tracks. It's
Or
like Kendrick. You know what I mean? It's like you want the Kendrick feature, but it's like you know this nigga's known for killing niggas on their
You
own
an asshole if you the
feature.
nigga that watched Kendrick. That's wild, bro. You're an asshole
How?
if you the nigga
But
that
it's the
watched
same.
Kendrick, bro.
It's the same way. Like people are probably looking at Kendrick the same way when he did that. What was it? That Control feature on Big Sean's song.
Yeah.
It's just like, all right, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? It's one of those. It's like you can't like. Niggas started looking at features different after he did that because it's like, all right, well now I'm not gonna
like-
bring a nigga
yeah,
on
it's
that
like,
literally
damn.
cooks me on my own song, and now they're pretty much thinking this is like a Kendrick Lamar song
Yeah.
because he killed the feature that well. You know?
I mean, but also, it went backwards a little bit, in my opinion, when it came to Yeet and Drake with the I Don't Give a Fuck track. That nigga Drake looked like he was happy to be there with Yeet.
Well, that's
And
the
I
thing
think
too.
that was like a very Yeet sounding song. Like that felt like Drake was entering Yeet's territory more than anything.
Right.
Like, he was accommodating Yeet. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
But go listen to the album, and we'll talk about it next week. But I definitely feel like it was a weak Drake verse, bro.
Really?
Yeah, and it's not even the highlight of the album.
Damn.
Like, you know, usually that Drake
good.
song is
That's
like,
good.
that's the one.
That's the one on the album.
The-
That's why I'm just like, bro, I have a whole new respect for Yeet and how he gets down, because I thought he was just one of those like mumble fucking SoundCloud
See, that's when y'all niggas
rebirth.
start sounding old when
You
y'all
know?
say that. When y'all use the mumble rapper word,
I mean,
man.
Don't throw y'all. I never said that.
I know, but
Is
you're
that a
probably
way?
old.
How would you describe him?
Yeet, he's an artist that uses like the more electric sound. Like he's more
But the
experimental with the
SoundCloud
sound.
mumble thing, there's like a negative connotation to it,
For
right?
sure.
And that's what I'm saying.
But
It's like I didn't
short.
really see him as like a true artist in that sense, but he's got my respect hands down, 100%.
Even the SoundCloud shit, I hated that shit, bro. Cause like, look at Trippy, Juice, X,
They're OGs now.
Cardi. It's like, bro,
okay, we
Uzi.
can. All right,
These
but-
are niggas who were like, see, yo, you listen to SoundCloud rappers. Y'all can't like can't nobody fuck with Uzi
I think
right now.
they were
for
just
real.
rappers that posted their music on SoundCloud.
No, these are
Yeah,
niggas
well,
who
I think-
I'm
utilize
talking
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud rappers. Like,
But
there's
That's
a
what a
lot-
SoundCloud
that's
rapper
what I'm
looks
saying.
like,
Like, I don't
though.
think a SoundCloud rapper is a thing. Like, I feel like that was kind of something that like, that's like the
an
industry kind of created that word to like create this hierarchy of sound. You know what I
To
mean?
bash
It's like,
underground rappers for sure.
or just like it's like he's a cool artist, but it gives like it's like a G League type. You know what I mean? It's like all right, it's
ain't
cool,
doing
but
it
it's
for
like
real.
SoundCloud rap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's not like
It's like let's say you hoop
He
every
making
day.
music, but he's not saying shit.
Yeah.
yeah. It's like he's making songs, but he's not making music. You know what I mean? It's like it's SoundCloud rap. It's one of those like a garage band type thing. It's like anybody can. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Like you're making music and uploading it on SoundCloud. You know, you're just like it's cool, but you're not really a rapper. You know what I mean? I feel like that's kind of the connotation that the SoundCloud rap started to get. But it's like it's one of those things where it's like that was just the era and that was the platform
That niggas were
to
on.
use to
Yeah,
get your shit out.
exactly.
It was like Twitter. It's like, bro, you can get your song reposted and it blows up. Like, why wouldn't I post my shit on here if it's the easiest way to get traction onto like that next
But
level?
it was like.
But it was I think it was
wasn't
more the-
refined though. It was kind of like if you're posting it on SoundCloud, there is a level of like
I think it was
amateurness.
because,
But that's what
I
made it
think
so
it was
great.
because of the platform. It was the fact that like before then you couldn't. There wasn't like a DistroKid to where you could just put your shit on Spotify and Apple Music. Because now you can say that about anything. Like anybody could have their music on DSPs and
Right.
Spotify and shit now. So it's like, oh, is this just a Apple Music rapper now?
well,
like, you know
no
what I
one
mean?
really
It was-
calls people SoundCloud rappers anymore.
'cause
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Because
'Cause-
now like the eligibility to go anywhere, it's open now.
Yeah.
You know?
But even
So
not
it's
even
like,
that. It's just like that Dark Cloud got put over SoundCloud to where it's like even me when I was
You can't
when I
make
was
it to-
first uploading to SoundCloud, it was like, oh bro, what are you on? And I'm like, I'm on. It's almost like saying you have an Android. It's like, yeah, I'm on SoundCloud, bro. And niggas like, oh,
niggas think they got you figured out just because.
Well, that's when
okay,
they started.
trash.
Well, once they started implementing fucking SoundCloud Plus and hella commercials and this shit.
I feel like that was SoundCloud shooting himself in the foot.
Oh,
for
bro.
sure.
SoundCloud
That
is
shit was-
lit though. That's
that
what
shit
I'm
was
saying.
for sure.
Yeah, I'm
SoundCloud
like,
is-
bro, I found hella artists that I like, and it would be like this fucking random kid from Minnesota that's like making fucking music in his basement, but it's like, nigga, this shit is hard. And
Yeah.
What artist
Found it
that's
on
big
SoundCloud.
that's big now or was big did y'all like find out before anybody else? And y'all were like, damn, bro, I tried to gatekeep this nigga and this nigga just like blew up.
I mean, I don't really try to gatekeep artists. I mean, I think it's more of like I think it's doper to put people on the artist, not rather than be like, oh, I knew of him and I didn't tell you. It's more like, nah, I told you first, you know? Because
Yeah.
if anything, I'm not trying to gatekeep. I'm trying to spread as much. I'm like, yo, you heard this new dude?
I think it's
You know what I'm
it's a
saying?
combination. It's one of those like, I think people kind of like to gatekeep their music, but people also want to be the person to put everybody on. If
Yeah.
that makes sense. You know what I mean? It's
I'd
like
rather put people on.
I'd
people
play
want to
it.
be the person to put people on the music, but at the same time, like, if niggas are like, yo, let me see what you listening to, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It's like, nigga, you know, relax. Like, I'll put you on to some shit
Exactly.
if you want to get put on, but I'm not giving you like.
I was playing it and I wasn't like telling people the name. Like for me, I found Pop Smoke probably at the same time that the East Coast was fucking with Pop Smoke, and I was like, this nigga sounds crazy as fuck. And then so I'd play it like in the garage with the homies, and they'd be like, bro, who is this nigga? I treat them like they were niggas trying to get like put on the hood or something. I'm like, nah, nigga, you don't want this shit, bro. This ain't for you, bro. Just stay with the West Coast shit, bro. Stay with this shit, bro. Stay where you at. You ain't trying to come to this side. And niggas like, you know, they ready for their music put
They
on.
said,
And I'm
"I need
like,
that fade
I'm like,
outside.
yeah.
You
They're
gonna
like,
show
come
me
on, nigga,
Pop Smoke."
take me to the park, man. Show me what that shit about. And I'm like, Pop Smoke. Niggas come back with their flag on, man. Pop
That's
Smoke's up.
crazy.
Baby, welcome to the party.
Put
All
their
that shit,
flag
man.
on though. Nah, bro.
That's how niggas be
Because
asking
I think
music
it's
put on,
also
though.
one of those things that like I think everybody enjoys finding new music and they want to get put on the new music, but the way niggas treat putting somebody on a music you don't want to ask. You know what I mean? 'Cause it's
Yeah.
like,
Nah, I never-
now you
nah,
can't.
fuck
Now I
that.
feel like I can't listen to this person around you because now you're just gonna be looking
Bro,
at me
niggas
like,
can't wait to say that shit.
yeah, and it's like,
Hey, who put you on this
oh,
shit, though? Yeah,
now you listening to him every day now. That's crazy.
And that's why I'm doing it. That's why I'm telling you. Hey, you want to know if you have the balls to ask who this is? Not saying like that, but you know, some dudes are trying to secretly Shazam shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Shazam.
Like if you're coming to me straight up and
Nigga,
you're saying,
I've done it before. I'm not gonna lie.
but why though? Why?
Because there's some friends where
it's
I
pride
know.
shit. It's pride shit.
for sure.
Dudes
It's-
don't want to be that guy who be like, hey,
Nah,
who is
because
this?
I know there's some friends that I can ask, and there's other where it's like, nigga, I'm never gonna be able to live this down asking who this person is.
Definitely,
and
dog.
I can't give that to. I can't give that to this.
So you're
homie.
secretly Shazamming?
I will secretly Shazam every once in a while.
Hey, this is
nah.
fucked up. I was out with my cousin and he has autism. And so like he don't be giving a fuck, right? And like that's some shit where Shazam shouldn't be a problem. And so that nigga is listening to a song in a spot that we're at. He goes and puts it dead up to the speaker, and I'm looking like, fuck, oh my god, bro, like what are you doing, nigga? I could just, I'm whispering like, hey, this is the name of the song, this is the name of it, and he's not giving a fuck about what I'm talking about because I don't know as well as Shazam. And he looks at it and he goes, cool, screenshots, and I'm like, why was that so fucking embarrassing for me, bro? Like shit, that shit
Damn.
felt crazy.
You were shaming your autistic
But it was
for
fucked up because
Shazamming, bro?
Right.
Who are you, bro?
no, but that's the fucked up thing because it's like I shouldn't be ashamed of that shit. Like the nigga used the app for what it's used for. He's probably looking at me like dumbass. How the fuck you get the song?
Like I was trying to.
He's
Yeah.
like, what the
I've seen that
fuck
in
wrong with this guy?
You know, we've seen those memes in the club too, or like those viral clips where it's like the older people, because people correlate the Shazam,
Spit it out,
or whatever the
stupid
fuck it is. Like it's like some old head shit. 'Cause,
Yeah.
bro, remember when they
Yeah.
put that in Snapchat?
Yeah.
When it first came out, that shit was lit.
Niggas was holding down the
You
thing
could
to figure out
hum
the
it.
song.
You could hum it. You could do all that, but
Yeah.
yeah, it definitely got a negative thing.
You ever
I don't
hummed
know,
to
man.
Find out the song?
Nah, I've never tried it.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Snooze by Scissor. Okay, cool.
No, for real. That was like some leading technology when that shit came out. I mean, one artist though that I did find out relatively early was Jack Harlow.
Really?
I remember watching his whole come up. That's like,
I'm trying to think who.
it was Dark Knight. That was the first. I found him on YouTube. It had like 1 million views, and I'm just like, who is this fucking kid?
Who's this guy? He looks
Like
like
I was
me.
on like Big Sean like early.
Boy,
Fuck you. Oh.
I feel like I was on Tia Kareem kind of early. I feel like
Yeah.
she's still kind of blowing
Yeah.
up though. Like she's not even like. I feel like maybe like 2 years from now she might be like
and Bing,
big.
and
Or like
Bing-
Tierra Whack I was on early.
You know what I've heard is the king of like music put-ons? House Phone.
Yeah, he's definitely
Yeah,
got good
he's-
music
he
taste.
I heard this
definitely
nigga was
has
on
an
Sexy
ear.
Red
Yeah,
before
that was like
anybody.
years ago.
And I'm pretty sure Yeet too. Like
Yeah.
he's definitely a tastemaker, and that's what makes House Phone so great,
Damn,
man.
that's
Shout out to
hard.
House Phone.
Shout out
Shout
House
out
Phone,
to
That nigga definitely got his
Biggest
ear.
bros.
Reconnected. Shout out to all the guys, man.
Facts.
But yeah, nowadays too, I also feel like it's harder one to gatekeep, and it's so like that period where raw talent is like not getting the eyes that it should be. It's like so easy to have something go viral now, where it's just like, all right, bro, like
Yeah.
it's not. It's like 1 minute you're fucking a Jack Harlow doing Dark Knight, and then you're viral as fuck, and now everyone knows about you.
Yeah, I think the other thing that was killing it too, and I think this is what really killed music and why we're in like such a slump right now, is when niggas were getting famous for doing like niggas like Supreme Patty, for example, getting famous for like squirting lemon juice in his eye. And he's like, go listen to my song now. It's like, nigga, go squirt the fucking lemons in your eyes. That's not what we wanted you here for.
I feel like everybody
That's just
kind of ran that. Like,
capitalizing.
yeah, it's like nigga. Once everybody got some sort of audience, I think their next move was like, all right, I'm making music.
start
now.
rap. The
And
YouTubers
I
are doing
think-
it too.
I
Like,
know your ass thought about it, bro. Trying to come up. You seen
what's
Supreme
crazy
Patty
is
doing it. and
I
you're
was
just
oh
on
that
live.
shit never. Hell no. I've never thought about like sacrificing myself for the views.
You should
so
think
what's-
about it.
Yeah.
As you need them,
We doing the same views off of premieres, dog.
bro. You said that last. Like, what is that even? A premiere?
A premiere.
I'm
Your premiere and my live streams get the same views.
what? No, see, but the thing is, my views still go.
Mine do too. You
Yours
were looking.
stay
You know what's
stagnant.
funny? You were looking at like my newest streams and shit like that. I had took down everything off my channel.
So
Recently,
you
going
just
through a
said
rebrand
your
right now.
newest, which means your latest stuff, isn't performing like my stuff.
You went through.
So
you
who's
went-
performing
you went
better?
to your old stuff.
No, I didn't. We could.
Kelvin's carrying right now for BBC. Let's keep it a million.
Let's
The
keep it a
Kelvin
million.
the Kelvin carry is wild right now.
Well, I mean, that's just anywhere that I
Shout
go.
out to my brother.
Your brother?
You know what I'm saying?
This month.
Yeah,
It was like when Rocky and fucking Apollo Creed dap each other up.
that was that shit.
It's like if I go to numbers on the board, it's like
You think
instantly.
run up views?
Instantly. That's just the presence that I bring. Like that's
So numbers on the board
that's my
needs you
art.
is what you're saying.
I mean, I think any platform
Nah,
could use me. I wouldn't necessarily say they need me, but I think I'm a benefit to any platform that I go to.
Me too, man.
And
That's
what
why I'm here.
happens? What happens when this podcast either flops or gets a lot of hate?
This current one right here?
Yeah, like
Oh, that's a good
are you
sign.
gonna
If
take
it-
the credit for it, or
If it gets
only
a lot of
if it does views?
hate, if it gets a lot of hate,
It's
I'ma
for
blame it
show
on you.
Nah, because we've been doing it. So
Yeah.
it's
y'all
like,
niggas
if
brought me. What
if
the
it-
fuck?
Exactly. But I'm like, if it all of a sudden starts getting hella hate, it's like you're the common denominator.
Okay,
you know
but
what I
wait.
mean?
Okay.
And we're giving you a chance too, because I mean, you ask
There's
me
a-
every time.
And if
to
it
try to
goes
come
up,
on the
I don't
Then
know
it's-
where you came up with this lie, bitch. I've never asked you to come on here.
he asked like one time. He gave
What
not
was it?
asked, but you like
He
planted the
hinted
seed.
at
You're
it.
like,
where
you
where
know,
they're
I'll
setting up.
fuck
He's
with
like,
out of
damn,
focus.
that's crazy. Y'all
I
ain't
said
never
it as a
invited
joke.
me
I-
to the
a
pod.
joke. You said it
If
as
y'all
a joke.
niggas need
That
me,
was-
y'all come over there.
he's like-
nigga,
he's like,
and
he
spread
don't
the
wanna-
good word over there.
He was like, man, that's crazy. Y'all ain't never invited me to the pod.
I think because one time we called you to run the switcher, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He
I
was
didn't
dying to go on.
I didn't get on the mic. I didn't do anything. I didn't even pull back the little curtain.
But you were
y'all had,
plotting
man.
though. You wanted to.
I was potting with
You were-
myself
you
in the
were
other room.
plotting.
Oh, plotting. I heard that you were potting though in the other room.
Nah,
like,
yeah, nah, you
yeah, Trey, that's a
wanted
good point, nigga. Like, what the fuck?
Nah, you wanted to. You wanted to. I could tell. I could just tell.
I sensed that energy coming from the other room.
No, because also too, it's like any diss people give on you where it's like you want to be on camera. It's like we've gotten the same shit
For sure.
where it's like, bro, like
Oh.
Even all
you
the
know
way
what
back
I'm
to the
saying?
no jumper.
So this
Yeah.
is like Producers Anonymous. We're all like coming to tell me that it's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
it-
is a safe space.
Those
bro.
feelings
We-
that you're having deep down that you don't want to express, we know that you're
it's
having.
normal.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
so it's like my
normal.
name is Six, and I'm a on-camera addict.
I'm a cloud chaser.
Hi, Six.
No, but I mean, shit. That's why one reason why I wanted to have you on the pod because you do.
Is that a boy or a girl, dog?
It's a boy.
Why he got his legs spread like that?
Bro is just chilling, but I'm saying you do. Yeah, you do relate
Dog
to
is
us.
a thought.
You do relate to us in that sense where it's like, bro, we've been through all the. Oh, they belong behind the scenes.
Yeah, stay behind the
fuck
camera
up and
ass.
stop getting in front of the
Yeah.
camera. But hey, when you own the cameras, you can get in front of them bitches whenever you
Oh
want.
God, I got
fact.
one. Hey, how do you think? Like, you think my Canon Mark II G7X is cool?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I've never shot with Canon.
Okay.
That's one thing when people hit me up and be like, "Yo, what's a good camera?" or like, "Yo, do you think this is a good camera?"
Yeah, I'm like,
I hate that.
yeah, I don't.
It's like fucking.
Do
look
niggas
at-
DM you that shit?
Yes, people
For
people
sure.
text me. They have my number and hit me with that shit. It's like, bro,
I
go
do
look
not-
at a fucking
Yeah, I'm
review
like-
video on
yeah,
YouTube.
I'm
What
like,
the
you
fuck I look
gotta-
like?
You gotta do your own.
Hey, fuck you, nigga. I've texted you that shit.
Yeah, but it's different when we work together. It's like when I just met you, or I haven't talked to you.
They're trying to get put on
forever.
game.
Yeah, but I mean,
Y'all gatekeep equipment? Like, they can't know about this shit right
no,
here.
no. You hit them with the referral code. You hit them with the
Oh,
referral
okay.
link.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, buy this one right here. Click this
I'm
link.
sending,
this
I'm
link.
sending you the most expensive one because I'm gonna get a bigger commission on it.
That's fire.
That's
man.
the game. That's the game, man.
Yeah, I'm like, if people, it depends on like how many questions they start asking. Like, if you just want like quick, you know what I mean? Like, what's a good recommendation? Or like, I just got this. Like, it's like,
Yeah, I'll
all right.
give 2 free answers.
Yeah, but it's like when they start like, all right, like what kind of setup are you using? Or like, you think you could, you think I could send you this video and you could like critique? And like when it starts to get into all of that, it's like, all right, like
That's consulting. There's a fee for
yeah.
that.
For sure. That's the one I always
We're
get.
not- we're not
Hey,
doing a lot.
hey, Six, I need you to come over here and come set up my pod, bro.
Or,
And
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
nigga, I'm not going to your fucking house
Or
to
you
set up
j-
your pod.
Or you just start a business around there, like
For
kinda
sure,
like
I
we do.
charge for
Yeah.
it, definitely.
Yeah.
But it's like niggas hear prices and they be like, really, bro? Really? It's no way that you charge that
See,
much.
this is what you got to do. You got to say, what's your budget?
I love that question. I started using that recently.
Yeah. So what's the budget? Because then,
Because a lot of niggas don't know. For one, they don't know their own budget, or two, they're like, I ain't never been asked this question before.
yeah, and it's a good way to set the tone where it's like, bro, my time is not free,
Right.
and if you send me a number, I'm gonna counter, and this is my number.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
We'll figure it out.
Have you ever asked somebody what's your budget and they gave you like you were maybe thinking like 3 bands and they're like 15,000. You're like shit, it's 8.
Oh, like the budget's way more
The
than
budget's way more.
Nah, you usually got to work for that shit, bro. If
that-
anything, they're always trying to have it's business, man. They're always trying to start low.
But I'm saying what if
it's-
they're low?
It's happened to me before where it's like I was willing, not like I was willing to work for less, but like I kind of had a ballpark in mind as far as like what they were asking, like how much it would cost.
Yeah.
And then I'd ask them the budget, and they're like, "Yeah, we have this much we're willing to spend on it." And I'm just like,
Yeah.
"Oh, damn!" Like,
Because that shit happened for me where I was like, shit, I'm gonna probably do this video for like a rack. And they're like, well, we got like 7,500 for you. I was like, shit, that's exactly how much I charge.
No, yeah, yeah, I could work with that budget.
Right? I think I could do that. That's the ballpark
That's
where we're gonna head.
reasonable.
Yeah.
Nah, man, but
Granted, just remember y'all, that's the
But-
old prices, not the current prices. Do not come with me. Do not come to me for a rack.
I mean, I think
depends on the project.
yeah.
Sometimes a rack could be something easy depending on the ass. But I feel like in the video production world and like just
it's all over the
this
place.
game in general, a lot of times I feel like we get lowballed. I'm not gonna lie.
For sure, because they don't.
Or
I
like
mean,
the
all the time.
the value that we bring isn't always like
realized.
yeah, you
Yeah.
know what I mean. Like it's hard to really see all of the
Like,
value.
what do
that
you
we
do
bring,
besides
so
hold the
it's-
camera?
Yeah, or thinking like editing is way simpler than it is, or like just producing shit. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, what? Like, nigga, I'm not gonna pay you this much for a video. It's like not really understanding everything that goes into it. Or
Right.
all the
the knowledge you
setup, all the
bring, yeah.
gear, all
That's
all
the
this
other thing,
shit.
yeah.
This shit took like an hour to set up by myself. And
Yeah.
also, before we wrap up, I do want to give a shout out to Nanlight for sponsoring this pod. I'm gonna give y'all a little behind the scenes. We got this little. We need one of these, but for it says FMW.
Does that say something?
But yeah, check it out. We
Am I
got
tripping?
no, it doesn't say
Yeah.
anything, but it's
It
like
says out of focus in Morse code.
it's a projection. It's a projector attachment. It's a projector attachment
Oh shit!
that goes back there, and you could put like different little designs in it. But yeah, shout out to Nanlight for lighting this pod.
Nanlight. We use Nanlight for FMW too, man.
Exactly.
You told them about me?
No, I can though.
Yeah, I think you should.
Because bro,
They don't fuck with you, man.
I know.
I know Nanlight, and then
It's like when a nigga try to get in a club, he just not fly it off. It's like, hey, bro, you shouldn't even go, bro. It's not gonna be that lit anyway, bro. Like, it's whatever.
Hey, we should just
Stay home, dog.
no man, but I'm glad to finally have, a fan on the pod for the first time.
That's crazy.
Hey,
This
the
is
shit I
really
hate is like, I'm like, here goes Trevor, man. He's about to do it. He's like, fuck you, nigga.
Nigga thought he was about to get a flower, nigga.
Nah, but honestly, to wrap up the pod, like I do respect your hustle and your grind, and you're really easy to work with, and you shoot them back, which I fuck with, because it's like, bro, if you can't joke on me, myself or yourself, it's like, what's the fucking point? That's how we really become homies, and it's like we've been the last ones cleaning up and shit. So,
Yeah.
that builds that bond.
Facts.
You feel me? I'm
Kelvin, you're trying to
bonded
say
with my
good things about
brothers.
me.
Hey, man, you're not as ugly
Keep working,
as,
King.
as you used to be.
No, he had like at least 5 things he said good about me. I need 5 from you.
I mean, that damn near counts as 5 because it's like
We're a
nigga,
team.
Yeah,
That was from
that was a
okay,
shared.
so you got
5.
2.5.
Don't be fishing now. Don't be
Yeah.
fishing,
Push,
bro.
nigga, what the fuck? Give me my flowers, nigga.
Yeah, where are flowers in? We
All right.
invited you to this beautiful platform.
Nigga, this is his home.
I mean, we could have potted at his spot.
Yeah,
Yeah, it would have been closer.
It would have.
Hey, we're neighbors. Why have you never come over to like play?
that's crazy.
Or to pop out. Pop out with 6.
Yeah, no pop.
I'm
I
an
can't.
old head,
I can't.
like-
Pop
No, we
out
should
more.
though. We should hang out more like behind the scenes when we're not working. Like I'm down.
Yeah.
We'll teach you some things, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck y'all niggas think y'all gonna teach me at 23.
Hey.
We'll show
That's what I'm
you
saying.
a
It's like
litter
you-
life than a fucking cruise.
I'm gonna show y'all how to get hoes.
Well, I got a girl,
Been-
and I
been
don't
there.
think he needs help.
Yeah, I was like, bro, I've been
And
there, done that. That,
you
that-
don't-
Yeah, I was like,
I
that's
got a
more.
girl, too.
That's more the game you're trying to figure
I
out.
got a girl, too.
Yeah, you teach yourself.
I'm in a really good relationship, man. I haven't done anything wrong. I'm not gonna do anything wrong. I'm doing great right now.
I'm proud of you, bro.
Yeah.
We're very proud. Keep working.
Yeah.
How, I'm not.
Nah,
I'm not-
go for it. Shoot,
Nah,
shoot.
I'm not gonna put that out there. I've learned. I'm not.
We respect relationships on this
Yeah,
pod.
facts.
Me too.
Thank you for that. Thank you for coming on. Shout out to Kelvin.
Yeah.
Shout out to Six. We learned a lot about you.
Yeah.
Half Belizean,
Belizean.
half Belizean, half black.
Yeah.
You're more white than you alluded to be.
Nope. I've always said I'm a quarter. I never said I was half.
Kelvin's still black.
It's black as ever, man.
Bro,
And happy Black History Month.
Yeah, bro.
Look at him when you say that.
Shout out my month, man.
Do you have Black History Month sound effects? What the fuck was that?
That was a little air horn. For
It
y'all,
starts
man.
singing. Lift
Air
every
horn for
voice
Black
and
History.
sing.
The Black History Month requires the air horn now.
It's
Yeah, I'll
an
give
air-
y'all
it's a-
another one. Y'all fuck with it?
It's an air horn.
Oh, and gunshots. Gunshots kind of fucked
Okay,
up.
the gunshot's kind of crazy for Black History Month.
Yeah, that's where it gets wrapped, man. God damn.
All right, man.
But shout out the extra day we got this month.
Yeah,
or
man.
This year, you know.
It's a leap year, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Shout out
Extra
to
24 hours
all
of
the
blackness.
blacks.
That's definitely getting clipped.
Like, comment, subscribe. We out, man.
Get out of here.